wouldn't really say it was an incident, but it was an issue, that's for sure.
Warning, the following program will contain adult language and adult content. All Karens, Chads, and other idiots should run, not walk to their nearest safe space. Put a death grip hug on their teddy bear and begin sucking their thumbs immediately, or whatever you choose to suck. We don't judge. Really, we don't. Welcome to PPG Adventures, episode number 69.
We're not that high yet. We're number 40, Bob.
Oh, 40. Okay. Wishful thinking.
We'll get there one day.
Oh, man.
I thought that was a recording.
No, that's Bob.
No, that's Bob live.
That's me. I do this live every week.
Yep.
Sometimes I even think up a nice little comedy monologue to go in there too. Or steal one.
Yeah, that's what everybody else does. They just steal stuff, like Apple and all those other people. That's how they make anything good. Steal it from someone else.
Apple couldn't create a new device if they wanted to. Not without Samsung. I mean, Samsung makes almost 90% of their components.
That's funny, isn't it? That is
cool.
Funny.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, they make the best screens.
Yeah, if it's on Apple, they've already been on the Samsung. Where do you think they test all of it? They sure as heck don't test it in the Crapple devices.
Apple has good devices. They work well. They, basically, I mean, if you like being, it's a great institutional thing. If you don't mind being institutionalized.
That's one way of looking at it. Well, the way I normally describe it to techno morons, the difference between Apple and not Apple is with Apple, you're going to pay a whole bleeping heck of a lot. Your choices are going to be limited, but they bleeping work. Period. It's very hard to crash an Apple product. On the other hand, there's the non-Apple side of things. You're going to pay maybe 10% of the price as the Apple product. You've got a selection of softwares available that's like 6,000 times as large as what you can find in iTunes. And the hardware, you can customize it any way you want it.
You got it.
And
yes, you can screw it up.
Yes, but you can.
That's part and you can with freedom. Yeah.
And you can crash them in seconds. I'm good at that.
With freedom comes responsibility.
Yeah, don't crash it.
I always tell it. Yep.
It's not that hard.
And then there's the other saying, with great power comes great power bills.
Yep, that's it. You got it.
I think it was something like that.
Yeah. Comes with great power bills. Yeah.
So, Mr. Griffin, had a good flight today?
Yeah, it was a little short. I got to I worked all day and I came home. I got to go back to work. That's where I'm heading now. But I was at home and I was sitting down and I ate a little something and I seen that the winds were going straight down the runway at my airport. And that means it's green light, It has to go pretty much one direction or the other direction down the runway or really close to that in order to take off from my airport near me. And I seen it was straight up and down the runway. I was like, time to go. So I get there.
And I bet it was a 3-stepper, wasn't it?
No, winds were actually a little light. They were only gusting like 5. But
okay.
So I get there and my back door's locked. So I go to the front door, push the lock button, shut the driver's door and go and reach the back door and it's locked too. So I didn't hit the unlock button, I hit the lock button.
Oops. I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, so now I'm stuck up here. Luckily I had one more key, but it was at my house.
Somebody had to bring you the key.
So there's a guy the GA pilot in the Corvette, he came up and started talking. I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna miss my window. He's like, no, you're not. I was like, well, my only other key's at my house. Like, I'll take you there. So
Cool.
I met another local pilot there and rode in the Corvette. And he got my key, and I was
Sweet.
actually able to make the flight. So
Awesome.
when I took off, I sent Nick the video. If he wants to play it, he probably can. It's not the video of me taking off, but it'll give you an idea of what I did. A couple months back, we had some kind of crazy winds here, and we got a new hangar, and the new hangar got tore down from the wind. And
Wow.
there's an MX2 place and messed up a little bit. I don't really know what all kinds of damage. Needless to say, half his roof is laying there on the ground. And so when I took off, the wind decided, or the wind decided to turn a little bit. We went straight toward that pile of metal. So my choice was either kill it or run over it. And so I was like, well, I don't feel like setting up again. So I ran right across it and then took off. And it was a little sketchy, but it
Lost
worked.
internet.
Probably wouldn't do that again.
Yep. I hear that. Wow.
My 25th flight.
Congratulations.
Yeah, he
No
crossed over to
kidding.
the dark side with those of us that know about good wings. He went and got himself a new BGD.
Ah. What'd you
Yeah.
get?
Magic.
Oh, okay. Nice. I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, I seem to like it pretty good. But it's only my second flight on it, so I can't really say. But
Mm-hmm.
that night was crazy. Once you get up in the air, you just kind of go up and kind of go sideways at that site. It's just kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
I've taken off from there 3 times, and all 3 times it's pretty much been the same. This time was on a different wing, and it pretty much kind of did the same thing. So.
Yeah. Okay.
You're gonna find you have a lot more climb with this new wing, though.
Yeah, I noticed that I was really high, really quick.
What were you flying before? I forgot.
Gin Bolero 6.
Okay. Yep.
It's a free flight wing with motorizers on it.
Okay.
And the Magic's definitely more responsive. It's quicker, sharper turning. It's easier to launch too. Like I started with a Charger, and the Charger's okay. You know, a lot of people seem to like them. I didn't really have any issues with the Charger. I just wanted something a little bit different. Eric Fairwell said that they had a hangback point, and I know what he's talking about. I ended up getting the Bolero, and I like that pretty good. It was easier to me than the Charger.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, I went to this Magic, and it seems a little bit easier than that. I mean, I had pretty close to nil when it came up like nobody's business.
Yeah, I've flown at airport. Airport's a little touchy to take off at times.
It's
Okay.
very touchy. That's why it only works certain days. It's hitting the lottery, you know.
Okay.
It's one of them kind of airfields. It's about the same width as yours, Keith. But imagine having trees on both sides of the runway.
Yeah, I've flown out of those fields, and I chose not to too.
I usually don't fly out of there unless the wind is right.
Yeah, it's got to be light in the right direction. Yep. Yeah, it's like flying. We go to Al Albright does a fly-in in fall, and it's in the hills, and you literally land. You take off and land on the crest of a hill. That's the runway.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's a lot of fun, but you got to, it's not a place I would take a brand new pilot.
You can definitely perfect your technique there.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was Woody Hayes went with us and last time, and he was a little challenged because he'll tell you I'm a high wind pilot, and I was like, you don't want to fly high winds here because it will trash you. But when it's light, oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, I never did get my invitation to the 10-mile-an-hour club or 15-mile-an-hour club yet.
You just I'll send you a thing. Sorry, Nick. That's my fault. I didn't say anything. That's just I'll go get it and send you a link. Yep.
Next, I go for the 20-mile-an-hour club.
I've flown that in on the beach. I ain't doing that on flatland. Today could have been. It was 84 degrees here and 23-mile-an-hour wind and gusting.
And if Woody would have been there, he'd have sent it.
I don't know today if you would have or not. Today was it was one of those days. It was like, yeah, I don't think.
Or he seems to like to send it in a high wind.
Oh, he does, but he's uses common sense. He doesn't do it when it's super gusty, Yep. That's when it's scary wind. Hey, put on the share. I'll show you some pictures from a flight yesterday. Ryan actually shot him. One of our local guys. You met Ryan in Florida.
Yeah. He's the one that shot that nice picture of me and you over the
yeah.
Gotta get that framed here soon too.
Go
That's
ahead.
like an ultimate picture.
Mm-hmm.
Should be on.
You mean that picture?
Yeah.
Wasn't that awesome? That is such a cool shot.
I wish I'd just been a little bit lower where you could see more of the top of the wing.
It looks good though. You can't see the top of mine either much, but it looks real good. I like the picture. Anyway, this was started out yesterday.
Ooh.
That first one, just some shots he did. There's me. That was a cool shot. He didn't just get me. He just got a bunch of me too. There's Tristan.
Back on the Hadron again.
Yep, and Tristan flying his Z-blade. Two of us. That wing is still dusty from the.
Yeah, it looks like it's dirty. What the hell?
It's just dusty from being out in a desert. Takes forever to get it clean again.
You need some dewy mornings to get a little damp water on there and get it off.
Well, anyway, that was we flew about hour and a half. I like that. That's the one he put up online. It's like, man, that is just a cool shot.
Yeah.
That is. That's another good one, Tristan.
Yeah, that was the green. Too bad he wasn't further out in the field, though.
Yep.
He's kind of blocked by the trees.
Yep.
He's using that Note 20? Hell of a camera.
Oh,
He's got that Note 20. That thing, that's a hell of a camera on that thing.
Oh my God, it is. It almost looks like a false color image, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it's not.
That's what gets me.
Just the way the sun's hitting it.
Yeah, that image sensor on that camera he's got is just.
Oh,
crazy.
It's amazing. No, it's amazing.
That's a Bob Ross right there.
It is. That's just amazing. I just love that. That's another picture. It would be a cool one to put up. You know, that would. Other than that one, of course. Keep going back to that one.
Yeah, that one just.
Nick smiles every time I bring that one up.
Just the moon up in there and everything. That's just so cool.
I know. It's just such a cool shot. Makes you want to go back and fly there again, doesn't it?
Yep.
That was taken with the Note 20.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Like middle of the road here. What the fuck?
Yeah, he just shot some great shots that we we flew up to Greenville Airport and landed there. It's about 13 miles, not real far, and had a nice landing and went inside and hung out in the office for a little bit. And we were going to fly to Vandalia, which is 28 miles, but we got going too late. By the time we got there, a little more headwind than we were expecting. You know how that goes. It's like, yeah, we don't want to get back. We want to get back before dark, before we can't see.
Please tell me he's coming to Bad Apples with you guys. We got another photographer with us.
Oh yeah, he'll be there. Yeah,
we need to do some like epic cross country stuff over there.
I think so too. It's a good place for it. Yep. Anyway, thought I'd just bring those up. Those were kind of fun. Always try and find something interesting to post up and bring up.
We just have to get Nick in there with us to get some more color there. Get them BGDs in the air together.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Oh my. Yeah, they are pretty. I will give them that. They fly good too.
Fly really good.
And once again, as I said, if I wasn't very happy with my Hadron, I'd probably be looking at one. I'd be looking at the BGD. They're definitely on my list.
Fly one anyway.
Oh, I know. You just got to pay for it.
Well, yeah,
Well,
Bad Apple, Scott will have those
it's only
demos
if you
again.
like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
just
know.
demo it
Yep.
and then fall in love and then buy.
My problem is I'm not. Yeah, I'm looking for a crunchy. Yeah, I'm looking for a wing that's a little more maneuverable than my wing is. I'm wanting to fly things like free rides and Z blades and uh, 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 that type stuff, high performance stuff. The blade's a little too high on the pressure for me, on the brake pressure,
Really?
but it does maneuver good. Oh yeah,
I didn't think it had a higher
oh yeah,
pressure
it's got
on
a
it.
lot of brake pressure. Oh yeah, ask Tristan, he'll tell you. But it flies good.
More than the Revo?
What's funny? Yeah, huh?
More than the Revo too?
Well, he hasn't flown a Revo, but he's flown other Paramania wings, and he said that he thinks it's got higher brake pressure than the Paramanias. So
But he
I
seems
would.
to like it.
Oh yeah, you don't have to pull as hard, as far. I mean,
Okay, so there's a lot of pressure, but not a lot of travel.
not as much movement. Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of back and forth. Like I'd like to have a Paramania wing, probably something like a
Mhm.
GTR or GTX.
That's a nice. Yep. But I'm wanting to pick up something. I've wanted to start flying the high performance twisties. Just I've got the time now, and I feel comfortable doing stuff. And yeah. Yep.
You're gonna get a free ride.
You never know. The nuke's pretty cool too.
Oh, the Nuke 4
There's a
that just come out.
Yeah. Yep. That's a nice looking wing.
Yeah, I was looking at
Heard
reviews
good
of
things
that.
about it. Yep.
I wonder how heavy it is though.
So
It's the same dudek, super heavy.
I don't have a
There's the
problem with
micro
that. The
mini
fabric
blade.
lasts longer. I like the fabric lasting longer. And that is a
Okay.
fact. The real heavy ones last longer. They do.
Yeah, the heavier stuff does last longer, but
Yeah.
you
And
pay the toll in the carrying it.
As long as it launches good, I don't care. Like what I'm flying now, my XX, it launches great. That's one of the best launching wings I've ever flown.
I one day I have to fly that one, see what it's like.
Yeah, you can do it.
Can't be any worse than my my wing.
It's no big deal. For you've got enough time in now. It's not a problem. You do fine.
How is it handle wise?
Fine. It doesn't do anything strange. It's just you can. It's not twitchy or anything like that. I mean,
It's gonna be faster than my WRC.
If you were climbing off a school wing, you might get your attention. Okay, but after coming off your WRC or your Luna 2, I don't see it as a big problem.
To me, the Luna 2 is like it's a step back from the WRC as far as some handling characteristics.
Mm-hmm.
But launching is a dream with that thing.
Oh, I hear you. And that's the one place where the WRC didn't do as good. Well, I don't know. It's tough.
It launches easy, but it's heavy.
Yeah.
So when it does come up at a weird angle or anything, you pretty much got to back out of it and let it come back down.
Okay.
Where with the Luna, if it comes up a little weird, I can sidestep right underneath of it, give it a little bit of pressure, and it comes right over.
Okay.
The Nuke, I think the Nuke's so much bigger. I had a hard time.
Yeah, it's a little big on you. Yeah, the next size down would have probably, or two would have been better.
The thing is, I'm in the weight range on it, though. I mean, I'm in the higher end of the weight range of it, but
yeah,
their wings are big.
I think that one is. That's the WR's wing. For some reason, was in a larger size, older school style, and tend to be bigger. Like I'm flying, what I fly, a 22 meter Hadron. I could fly to 20 if I wanted to. Of course, I'm 60 years. I'm 60, almost 61 years old. I have no desire to fly the 20. I would love to fly it. I just don't want to land it in no wind.
I actually want to try the 18 Luna 2 now.
Oh, I hear you. Yep. Oh, I would love to fly a Hadron 20 just to try it, but I want to do it another day when I got a few mile an hour wind.
Oh, I'd be the same way I do with the Luna in a smaller size. When I flew the 20 and 23, I settled on 23 just in the old wind around here.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably like to have a 20, if not an 18.
Mm-hmm.
Just as for like high wind stuff, I think it'd be kind of fun.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Yeah, a little smaller, nice, and when the wind's a little stronger. Definitely handle it better. It's loaded a little more and a little faster, and yeah.
I've got used to the dynamic,
Mm-hmm.
agility with the one I have. Like, it's so much different.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of want to keep adding to my quiver of wings, keep going smaller.
Yeah, well, to a point. You know, it
Yeah,
depends
I don't want to get to the point where it's dangerous, but
no, I agree there. You see so many people jump on tiny little wings, you know? And I mean, I'm surprised often by like the free ride, how well it handles weight for landing and that the fact that it slows down as much as it does. Watching people different weights fly the smaller ones. Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of amazing how small they go.
Yep.
But they seem like they
On the other
land
hand-
fast, and there's not much flare to them. It's not they come in flaring there on the ground.
Free ride?
Yeah,
Oh no, we got one of the guys flies one here. He's got a 17 meter, and he always seems like when he touches down, real soft, real light. I mean, I wouldn't say it. Yeah, and it tends to come in and carry a long distance, but it it depends on how you bring it in. You know, if you just come straight in and don't do anything to zoom it at all, then it doesn't go quite as far. You know, but yeah, they I don't know. I was always impressed with their ability to come in with heavier weight and still do a good job landing.
they're just not very roll stable, though,
The
correct?
final, right? They're not. Let's face it. You know, one of the things you give up with maneuverability is stability. It has to, I mean, to a point. They've gotten better and better over the years, but I mean, my Hadron, while it's pretty dang maneuverable, is pretty stable too. It's amazing. I mean, free ride, it probably doesn't fly as straight as good as the Hadron does, I'm sure. Probably gets a little more oscillation tendency. I can actually get that in mind if everything sets up just right. It'll suddenly start doing the oscillation, but you just reach up and grab a tip steer. If you don't have the brakes in your hand, grab a tip steer, give it a little pull, and at the right time, and she'll stop. You're good. It stays there, unless you upset it again.
What was that one that we were playing with at Jerry's?
Hey, Lisa. Yeah.
What was that one? Is that a snake?
No. That's a Viper 3 or 4. That's a Viper. 14-meter Viper we were kiting. That's a little twitchier wing. That's even twitchier than the free ride.
That was fun to kite, though.
No, it is. It's fun to kite. It's definitely a little more doesn't take as much input. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I noticed that. It was like, even when you guys were trying to make me drop it, it was real easy to get to come right back up.
Yeah, because you could definitely counter things.
Yeah, even though you two tickle my side and poking at me, pulling the lines and everything else. You didn't get me to drop that damn wing, did you?
Didn't do it. Nope. You did good. Nope. Yeah. I don't know if I want to go quite that far as a Viper. That's a pretty maneuverable wing. Very maneuverable. A lot of the guys that were flying the Vipers went to the free rides.
Really?
Just because they were just a little more stable, I think, and still had the good maneuverability.
Okay.
Probably a little better. You do a little better. As Tucker shows all the time. It does decent cross country.
He's light on it, though.
Is he?
Tucker can't be more like 140 pounds.
Yeah, but he flies like a 16, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That little one. I mean, yep. As opposed to Jerry, my instructor, who's got that Viper 4, that's a 14, and he weighs like 160 pounds.
But then he's flying that 200-pound motor.
Yeah, he's yeah, that thing is heavy. It's heavy. It's like 80 pounds empty.
I can't believe he launches that damn thing.
Yep. Yep. Got that big Polini on there. Well, he does. He does a good job at it. He's got good strong legs and back and everything. So doesn't bother him at all.
I'd
Hey,
put down
Nick,
on one time, my back would be done.
Oh, crazy Uncle Bob just put a $5 super chat in.
Oh, greetings, fellow deplorable flying infidel squirrels.
Yep, there you go. That's it.
that motor probably weighs twice as much as I do.
Okay. Oh shoot.
Yeah, Jerry could launch with you and your motor strapped to his back and wouldn't even notice it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
And like I said, he's like heavy right now, and he's 160 pounds. Yeah.
Yeah, he's flying what, a Polini 250?
That's the next size down. It's the next size down. It's
225 or something.
air cooled. The air cooled.
Oh, the 200.
Yeah,
or
220. It's something like that. Yeah. Well, he's got a Polini 250 on a trike, but he's
Yeah,
debating.
it's not the one that's blown up or something?
Yeah, right now he's been debating rebuilding it or buying one of the brand new Vizarazi 30s. The 300 they call it.
Yeah.
That looks he's
But
thinking
the
about
Atmos, or whatever they call it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been looking at those and thinking about getting. Yeah, he said he was trying to get a boxer for his but you can't get them in this country yet still.
Really?
Not hardly, no. They're still not really here. He's been waiting, talking to him about it.
I thought, what's her name up there? Tristan got his machine from Adam.
They have one.
Oh, they have the only one that's in the
one of the only, yes, as I understand it.
Wonder why they're so hard to get over here.
I don't know. Maybe they're just selling them over there right now. I don't know.
Or are they having problems with them, I wonder.
You never know. And it's a thoroughbred. Definitely, a lot of power coming out of that engine. 40 horsepower.
That thing just sounds badass stuff.
Oh,
sounds like an F1 car revving up on me.
Yes,
that three-bladed prop.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Oh,
One for it's so heavy, I'd try to fly one. It's because of the sound.
Yep, I'd fly it. I'd take one up. It's still heavy, but I'd still take it up. It's still not. What's funny is it's actually lighter than Jerry's.
Thing is, if you had one anywhere near your field, Tristan would be on it before you'd ever get a chance to get it up.
I don't think so. I think he's found out that he's got enough power. I think he's happy now with his power. I mean,
he was wanting one of them things in the worst way, though.
Yeah, there's a point where it's too much, where you just,
where you just don't use all the power.
Right. Yeah, Jerry using it. The reason why he'd do it was for tandems, just to make tandems easier.
I was surprised he was flying a wood prop on that big one of his.
He put that on there for the beach because it's easy, because the wood props are less if you screw one up, with the sand and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Not as bad.
Not as bad. Still.
No. Yeah, it's still not cheap, but he's beats his three blade prop he's normally with carbon he runs.
Oh, he runs a dry blade on that thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he does. Yeah, he gets the power out of it too with that big engine. He uses it.
When are you moving up to a 3-blader?
When the price comes down, I don't see, I'll probably try one sometime. I've been looking at them and thinking about it. Maybe I'll use some of crazy Uncle Joe's money. Sorry, Bob. Shouldn't have used that.
It's
yeah.
I don't know. I almost want to try one.
Yeah.
The difference in sound kind of intrigues me.
They're different. I don't know that I like it. It's louder. They're a little louder.
It's louder, but it's a different tone.
No, it is. You're right. It is. I've flown 3-bladers on airplanes before, just never on a paramotor. In fact, that was my chosen prop on a couple planes of mine.
I like a 4-bladed.
Yep.
Adjustable.
Mostly because you just couldn't. with the horsepower at the size I had, you couldn't use all the horsepower on a 2-blade prop. So I put a 3-blade on just to get that a little better climb and perform and cruise.
That's what we're all trying to get after on aircraft.
Yep, you're right.
Get all the power to the prop and get
Yep.
it at lower RPMs when you can't cruising.
Yeah, find the most efficient system you can get to make horsepower into thrust.
The most efficient usually was a Hartzell 4-blade.
Well, it depends on the airplane, once again, it depends on how much clearance you have. If you can run a single blade prop with a counterbalance and you can use all the horsepower, you're going to get the best performance you can get out of anything with it. But
I've actually seen video of those things running. That is the weirdest looking thing, a single bladed prop.
You think that's weird? You ought to see a counterbalanced radio control helicopter running a single rotor blade.
What?
Yes. Yeah, a guy was doing it. He was building counterbalance setups and putting them on and putting a single rotor blade on and just taking it out, just wringing it out. And it's like, holy crap. First time I saw that, I was like, that's just weird. But it works.
That just seems so weird. I mean, that single bladed prop, I seen one on a Cessna 150 they were doing testing on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that is just so strange.
Yep, but
I almost want to see one up close, real.
They're efficient. I mean, if you've got enough space, enough clearance to use all the horsepower on that one blade, think about it. No turbulence. Absolutely clean air. That's the whole trick of it. The more blades you have, the more turbulence you have. So that's why you only add blades when you can't add length. That new thing.
That was a big thing with the pits was, why we had the 4 blades, because we needed try to stay small in diameter, and we had so much horsepower there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most of the guys run real long 2-blade prop there, and they're I call it super loud props, because of it. But a lot of them I've seen. But anyway, seen that thing Mike Patey's doing now, that Scrappy. That thing has freaking blades that wide on it, because they're basically airboat props.
They are airboat props.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's an airboat prop, and the only way he could get enough he could use the horsepower was a 4-bladed airboat prop. It's crazy, but it works.
And then you see you put nitrous on it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yep, he sure did. Yep.
There's an 8-cylinder fire-breathing nitrous machine.
Oh yeah. Just watched him build the cowling for it. That's an amazing piece of work.
Mm-hmm.
He put a lot of hours on that.
Just building it and cutting it the way he did that was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's amazing, but I mean, yep. Yeah, you got to have some time to do that and commitment to do that kind of work.
He's got nothing but time.
I guess. I mean, he still runs big company, does companies and that, and he's on trips but he's got time. Yeah.
When he's home, he's sitting there building that plane.
Oh, I know. And
he spends every waking hour in the hangar doing it too.
Just about. Yeah. He spends a lot of time. I forget how many hours he said he spent on that cowling, but I don't think he actually said, but he hinted at, like 100 hours or something silly on that thing. Imagine that 100 hours to build a cowling.
Yeah. When you look at, what is it, 400 or 500 hours to build a whole kit box?
Yeah, that's it.
I'd hate to think the hours he has in the crappie.
Oh yeah, no kidding. It's awesome. It's something else. Well, I mean, everything he builds, I don't think he's ever built anything that wasn't absolutely amazing, though. When he was finished with it,
Like, you have to bring your model with you to not flying, but no. Well, Bad Apple's be cool to bring it. No, up to the AA event up there in Wisconsin.
Might do that. We'll see what's going on up there. They don't generally give you an opportunity to fly there, so. that.
No,
kind
but
of
I know
stuff.
for a fact that
Mhm.
Hady's going to be there.
Oh, I'm sure he is. I'm
Have
sure
him
he
sign
is.
it.
Yeah, there you go. See if you can get him down on the light side in the ultralight barn.
Oh, he'll be down there. You know
Oh,
that.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Yep. That's where most of the stole demonstration gets done.
I mean, just how bad would it be to have your plane signed by him?
That would be pretty cool. I'd have to admit, it's already signed by him, sort of.
Yeah, but no, a real live.
That's the first RC airplane I've ever ordered the day they said they announced it. It's like, man, I haven't bought a new RC airplane in a little while. Probably it's not true.
I got something here that's hanging in the office. I'm going to bring up with me to that show. I'd like to get him to sign it.
Mm-hmm.
Got one of the props I retired on my last year or so in flying.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we need to have. Yeah, it's got a bunch of other signatures on it.
Mm-hmm.
I think his is the one I need to get put on there.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. Yep.
One day, if I get all the rest of the hardware, I'd like to put all 3 blades back on it and hang it back up on the wall.
Okay. Cool. Yep. No. Oh man, yesterday Tristan shows up and I'm out there. We're out there. I start putting rock on the road, filling holes. We've been trying to do that since the weather got nice. Get it all leveled out again. I just redid the whole surface last fall, but left a big pile. So for me, and we're getting ready to add some more to the dry parking lot. Tight, got to have some more there. A little thicker on where we just put the fresh stuff down. But then got out and spent an hour and a half flying. That's nice. I like that. That's a way to end a weekend. Then went out to dinner.
You gonna have the whole runway ready for your flying then?
What do you mean?
The driveway all realigned, so it's not.
Oh, it's clean. Yeah, no, it's smooth now. That's what I said. We just did that. We just went through the whole thing and did it, and filled all the little holes in, and made sure it was all nice and level. Overfilled them. And
the last time I was there, it was quite bumpy at the one end of the driveway.
Yeah, that was before we got timed, unfortunately. Oh, let me think. That was right after we put the rock down. That's why, because I hadn't gotten a chance to get the leveler out yet.
Yeah, it was quite touchy going through there. It was rocking the trailer around and bouncing me out of the seat.
Yeah, no, it's been bladed and rolled and everything else now, so it's much smoother, way smooth. But
it makes a big difference when it's nice and smooth. But,
oh yeah, it does, sure does. Yeah,
especially with these big travel trailers, coming in there.
Yep, grass looks good right now. I got to keep on top of that. Sometimes a little tough this time of year, but
I mowed mine for the first time tonight. Let me tell you, that old 1963 Cub was a barking and.
Yeah, well, I cut mine. Yeah, that's because you haven't been there. I cut mine. Part of it's been cut 3 times now.
We'll have to cut it again probably next day or 2. I'll go out. Just run it one more time just to grind it up a little better.
Yep, I understand.
Well, I'll take the newer Cub out with the bigger deck and just run around and just blow grass everywhere.
Trying to make a deal to buy a new mower, a new zero turn. I was looking at them. I was wanting to upgrade my the one I have, and I've had it for like 6 years, and was looking to upgrade it and looking at Hustlers and a couple of them, and a friend of mine pointed me at Bad Boy mowers.
Bad Boy?
And started looking at one of their new ones, the Renegade. And then I started looking at it and I realized that the deal they had going right now, I could actually buy a 72-inch deck, 35 horsepower Bad Boy with the good seat for less than I could buy 60-inch in anybody else's of the main brand mowers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And those things are actually fabricated. They're not like stamped steel shit. They're actually built deck out of plate. Heavy duty. Yeah, they actually have lightning holes in the casters, where one of them they don't. And it's like I'm looking at it and going,
Well, why would you? Holy crap, that's heavy. I mean, the metal is,
Mm-hmm.
they're solid. But I'm going to put a 35 horse Vanguard V twin on it, and the 72-inch. Shit, that'll cut my runway quicker than my tractor will.
I'm not sure I go with a Vanguard though.
I will. I like the Vanguards. They're good engines.
I'm a Kohler man.
They don't offer the Kohler that I like. I thought about a couple of the engines they have, bang for the buck, and I've had good luck with the Vanguards. I've used them. So anyway,
what color do they offer on that thing?
I don't remember. I'd have to look. I don't remember which one it was. But
Or you can never go wrong with a Kawasaki.
well, Kawasaki's are good engines. You're right, and
Expensive.
I've looked at those and thought about them too.
They
What's
run
that?
forever though. They got a new
What's that?
DeWalt zero turn. Have you seen that?
Yeah, it's built by
Big
American
one?
Yard Products.
Oh, is that who built it?
AYP.
Yeah.
Yeah, built right here in Cleveland. All
Okay.
the same stamping plant. They just
Yeah.
it's the
like
same as the
$7 grand.
Husqvarna. Yeah, it's not worth the money though.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. The deck and all looks pretty nice. I think it had a 23 Kawasaki on it
Okay.
for like $7 grand.
Yep.
You buy it for the motor.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I've got. It's a 23 Kawasaki on my Husqvarna I've got now, which I can't complain. It's done a good job for me. The only problem I've really had on it was a idler. They put a plastic idler pulley on the deck, which you throw away and buy a steel one and put on there when it goes bad.
But that's the problem. All the idlers and even the pulley shivs on them, they're all junk. They're all stamped steel. They're
Yeah.
aluminum housings with cheap throwaway bearings in them.
Not arguing that. I've had pretty good luck with them. I can't say that they've been a big problem. I've had it 6 years, and I've put a couple sets of blades on it, over that. But it's done well. But on the other hand, I really needed something a little more. We tend to, we cut a little bit of grass here, so. Yep. We're keeping the Husqvarna. I'm not getting rid of it. It's still a good mower.
Three passes and my grass is cut.
I wish.
I don't need a zero turn. I actually got two of them. I got a Gravely and I got a Toro.
Okay.
The Toro's got a 21 Kawasaki with a 60-inch cut.
Okay.
And the Gravely is a 16 horse Kohler with a 40-inch cut.
Okay.
It'll go through a back door or a fence. Yeah, right.
Yeah, regular walk gate. Yeah, I know a lot of them was 48 inches. That's why they build them to get in and out
mine's
of
a
those.
40-inch, and it'll go through a gate like nobody's. Yeah,
the real narrow. Yeah, real narrow gates. That's what I meant.
But I did foreclosures, and we would cut grass. It was 4 and 6 foot tall. Toro would throw grass blades 10 feet up and 20 feet out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would just eat that stuff and just take its name, and it would do. It had enough power. It would do wheelies too. If you push both the handles back and then push them forward, it would do a wheelie.
Wow.
I think I got a video on my YouTube. I don't know if it's still there, but
I was doing them with my 1952 tractor yesterday.
That's got a little more than factory horsepower, probably. I'm sure.
No, it's stock. It's still, in fact, it smokes. I need to redo the upper end on it.
Yeah.
No, we had a back bucket on. I was cheating. Backed into a pile of gravel and pulled forward, and it just lifted the front end up.
Yeah, this will do it with nobody on it.
I hear you. This will do it in first if you really pop it, but I don't want to stress the clutch that much.
I gave up on the Toro, man. It like the whole deck needs rebuilt, and it's hellaciously expensive for everything. It'd be like $400 or $500 for me to rebuild that deck.
Yeah,
that's not including labor. So I was like, I don't want to sink that much money into it.
Yep, reminds me of my old Woods RD 7200, my 6-footer. That thing has been around I've had it a long time, to the point that I can't tell you, there's probably more crack welds been fixed over the years than there are some deck left.
And that gravelly, I would take it and I would just run it. You know, the foreclosed places, you know, 3-4 foot tall. And,
Yep.
you know, kids' toys, rocks, and everything everywhere. I just run it all over. I hit a gas line once. I think I ruptured it.
Oh shit. Not good.
Like, do you smell something? Probably not good.
Yeah, probably should leave. Call somebody.
Put that cigarette out.
Yeah. Oh man, gas explosions are ugly.
Yeah, I don't miss those days, man. It's
Yeah.
people live horribly, man.
Mhm.
Is the best way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah, I spent a summer when I was in school cutting grass for a local bank. So I cut a lot of foreclosed places. I know what you mean.
Right. Well, it wasn't the yards I was worried about.
Yeah.
It's everything else.
No, I hear you. Yep.
It's fun in a degree, and then it's a royal pain in the butt in the other.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
So I kind of like what I do now. You know, right now I'm getting paid, and I'm just standing here talking to y'all. I'm supposed to put up this mural, and I can't even figure out what side is up. You know, it goes there. I mean, I got this plaque to put up, and so it says it's Willie Johnson. Imagination, I guess, is the name of the mural.
Okay.
But I mean, you tell me if you can tell what's up. I don't know. So I'm like, I can hang it, but like.
Oh, I saw you laid that out. They didn't
what
end up or anything, huh?
What direction is up? Like, there's no arrow on it that says this end up or nothing. Like,
wow, I would have expected them to at least mark it or something.
And so, like, it's long ways this way. So it's either got to go like this, or it's got to go like this. So, I mean, to me, I would think it would be like
the other
this.
way.
Yeah. That looks kind of like a dog or something. You know?
Yeah. Hey, if it's called imagination, use your imagination. Put it up sideways.
I'll put it up diagonal if they tell me to use my imagination.
There you go.
I don't know, man. So, like, I'm just going to pack it up and go home. Like, screw it.
Make sure you do it right the way the first time.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't doing it twice. I ain't
I hear you.
It's a pain in the butt to stretch it out.
Oh, I hear that.
So
it's like a vinyl.
Yeah, it's vinyl.
Okay.
Hey, save the old one you take down. You make
material.
So this has been up there maybe 4 years or so.
Oh, okay.
The picture of that girl, she works in the dental office.
Okay.
Kind of creepy, right? Yeah. It's like, hey, we're gonna come here and take pictures. You know, we're gonna put you on the wall.
There you go.
You know, it's like, I don't know. I'd be kind of sketched out about that, but maybe I'm just weird.
Okay.
It would be different.
Yeah, they told me that. It was like, yeah, she works, and I was like, really?
Okay. Well, I finally got my nozzle for my PPG smoke, Nick.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I got it. So I got to sit down and get it all mounted up and everything.
Got to drill a hole in your pipe.
Yeah, I got to drill a hole in the pipe. Yep.
Drill that hole.
Good luck with that, man.
Nah, it's not a problem. You drill it undersize and ream it to size, and that way you press the nutsert in, so it's got
piece in.
Yeah, and then you squeeze it.
That is a rivet or whatever, right?
It's a riv nut, they call it. Yeah, or nutsert, depending on who you're talking to. Yeah, they actually have a little spline on them. So the idea is you're supposed to have the hole just undersized, and it has to be tapped in. Just barely. Should just be just a little tap in. Then you put the gun and you squeeze it, and that's when you set it like a rivet, like a pop rivet. Then
once it's in there, it ain't coming out.
No, it ain't. If it's done right, it don't come out.
Well, it's not the coming out that I'd be worried about. I'd be worried about the crack spreading or something like that.
Well, no, that's why you do it. You drill it undersized and you ream it. That way you end up with a nice round, perfect hole, and you don't have burrs or anything like that. You clean it.
Yeah, the burrs cause split.
Yeah, you want a nice smooth hole.
Pour it right, put them good. Nice tight, not vital.
Ow! What the heck was that? What the heck was that? That's you, Nick?
Yeah, I think he was running some kind of attack.
Yeah. You mute him? Dang.
Like hammer
Wow.
fell.
Yep. Oh, man. Yeah. I forgot what I was saying. I got distracted with that sound. That's funny. Oh, man. But no, yeah.
Where are you going to mount your smoke bottle at?
I
Figure
haven't
that out.
decided yet. No, I really hadn't even looked at it until I got all my stuff in. It's all sitting there. So I'm actually set up to do some prop work too. I was going to do some tonight out on the deck, but it was blowing 23 miles an hour. You don't want to do epoxy work inside the house.
No,
The
I think
garage,
do that.
I could have done it in the garage, I guess, but yeah.
It's hard to do in the garage.
Yeah.
Smell alone.
Yeah, it just stinks. You're right. Yep. Yeah, I got a little split on the trailing edge on one. Don't ask me how that happened, but it actually just separated. That prop's got a lot of time on it though. And I'm going to and it's been at the beach twice, and so I got to do the squeeze it out, put a little in, clamp it, let it sit, and come back and clean up the tips, and that should be all I have to do on that one. I think I'm just going to spray it black.
How fitting.
Yep. Well, usually I just put tint on them if I do that, This one's got enough little spots on it here and there that I just kind of painted. I think it'll look good. But
couldn't you wrap it? I think I seen something like.
Yeah, you can shrink them. You can use a thin shrink on it. My problem with that is I've played with the wrap on RC helicopter blades, and I've seen it lift a little bit, even when it's down tight. And, when you're putting it on a prop that wide, now you're looking at, is it going to lift? Are you going to end up with inefficiencies because of that? I'm always leery of that because of that issue.
You could do a hydro dip.
Yeah, that would be pretty. Ooh, that would be interesting to do. I wonder how long it would last. You'd have to clear coat it real good.
I don't think. I think if you hydro dipped it with a carbon, I think it'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to sand it down really good and get rid of everything but carbon then to do it, though. Be looking like Mike Patey with micro all over everything and sanding for hours to get everything perfect. Huh? I've done plenty of that. Not like he does, but I've done enough of it.
I got the prop on the 80. A little bit of work done to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm just going to sand it lightly and clear it.
Mm-hmm.
Resand it, balance it out again.
Yep.
It's just got some little nicks in it. All that beach flying I've been doing.
Yeah, that's rough on them. It is. There's no way around it. It just is.
That wood one was just starting to delaminate again. It was worrying me.
Yeah.
I'm going to sand it and try to put some clear on it.
Mm-hmm.
See if I can't fill it in and get it back in balance.
Well, you could even take it, and if you sand it off real good and come back with some really, really light fiberglass and wrap it. That
really?
Works real good. Yeah, you can. I've used real light fiberglass, like ½ ounce, super thin stuff, and just put it on. Yeah, like a pre-preg. Coat it good, and then just put it down and roll it out.
Going to make it too heavy?
No, that's why I use the real light stuff. And if you use if I can't think of what it's called, God, I hate it. I use it all the time. Peel ply. You put peel ply on the outside. That'll actually soak off all the extra stuff, and you end up with super lightweight. Not much on there.
I wonder if I do it with a carbon.
Carbon doesn't. You could do it, but it's harder to get it around. Yeah, you have to use real light still. A lot of times the fiberglass is easier to pull around corners.
Okay, yeah, to stretch it out. Fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. The super lightweight stuff might be okay. It's not as easy to work with. I know that. I've used some of it. I do a little carbon here and there.
Those props are damn expensive.
Oh yeah, props are not cheap. Yep.
I tend to, like I said, foot dragon beach,
Mm-hmm.
abusing them. Can't help it. Enjoy foot dragon.
Yep. Yeah, that's what eats them up so much. If you run them on the ground a lot, you use a long takeoff run or touch and goes. Foot drags are the worst. That just eats up props.
I think the one day I must have put probably 8,000 in. Like no one there the one evening. I started at one end.
Your mic's kind of going in and out.
Oh, I have my using the monitor mic on the computer here. My other headset.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just kind of going in and out some. That's all. Okay. Oh man.
That was a hammer joke. You get the thing mounted up
Mm-hmm.
now. Came out of the placard, the wrong picture.
Yep. There you got it up. You got the placard up.
Charge for half the job.
Yeah, there you go. So now the guy's imagination is the girl.
Yeah.
There you go. We got we have a gal named Allie flying. You have to look up Jerry paragliding. Oh, dang it. Wow, isn't that terrible?
Paragliding Unlimited.
Paragliding Unlimited. And his latest YouTube videos are of her towing. She's a new paramotor student. She is doing good. Man, making it look good, I'll tell you.
Just towing so far?
Well, she's just did towing yesterday, so she'll be in that. I'm sure he'll be the way she did. I don't think she did any bad ones, so I think she'll be on the motor, doing power taxis and getting ready to fly. Next time she's out,
flying, she'll be there with us.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. She's all excited about it. She's doing a good job. She look. Yep.
We have one local female pilot.
Okay. We had one.
She's only got 2 flights.
Okay. Yeah, we had one here. Unfortunately, she scared herself a little. It got a little breezy when she was new and kind of chased her. It scared her off.
Chased her own tail.
Yeah, she just kind of scared her, I think. And
yeah, I mean,
we didn't see her anymore after that. Well, our instructor's like, you need to drop down a little bit. He was flying with her. They were both flying, 2 different paramotors. And he told her, he says, it's picking up. They weren't predicting the wind. And the wind had picked up. And he's like, you're going to have to drop down to get under the wind. And she's like, no. And so he flew from the other side of pier onto our field and back twice just to make the point to her. And he was not flying the Viper at the time, And she wouldn't do it, so she finally landed on the other side of town, and I think that's just,
wow! So she wouldn't turn around; she couldn't get back.
Well, she wouldn't drop down. She wouldn't get down low enough to get back. Yeah,
right.
Her new, she's flying a low B.
Staying up high and getting blown backwards the whole time.
Yep, that's exactly it.
That's the problem I have there in Nightdale, man. I go out and I can't get back, but. Like you said, I'm usually pretty high.
Yep. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I mean.
Well, it's kind of tricky because the way I come back in is like pretty much in the flight pattern, and I don't want to sit right in the flight pattern the whole time.
No.
Especially if the plane's coming.
Flight pattern. Oh, at the airport there.
Right.
That's why we fly. That's why I fly in at 50 feet, and I'm under them.
We got a highway right in front of us. Yeah.
That's higher than the highway. It's over the poles. They're only 30 feet tall.
Yeah, I kind of came in pretty low. There were some people that stopped and they.
Oh, you get that every once in a
while.
They pulled
over.
Yeah, you're going to get that. That don't matter.
How high?
You're inside of a road.
Yeah, nobody really flies out of Nightdale too much, at least on a paraglider. So it's pretty rare to see one over there.
Okay.
So, but they see me, they stopped, they waved, they had the whole family hanging out the window and everything.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, you fly anywhere where people can see you. Guarantee you, they're gonna watch you.
Oh yeah. Hey, did you?
It's funny. I was underneath some people that were like playing baseball. I was pretty high up. They never even looked up, at least not that I seen.
Yep. Hey,
They weren't playing no game or anything.
okay. I know you guys all follow Tucker, but how many
Right.
of you guys follow probably Jacqueline?
Every now and
Last
then.
thing I seen, she was on a motorcycle.
And guess what? She came clean today.
What?
She's got a new one out.
New
New video. She released a new video today.
Lion?
No, riding.
Yeah, on the motorcycle.
Yep. This one she talked about Tucker.
I didn't really watch the video that much.
They are not together anymore.
Oh, it's a publicity stunt.
Nope.
Really?
Nope. Not at all. No, she was a very nice way of putting it was, but just anybody wants to know that, everybody goes, oh, it's none of your business. It's like, she's a public figure because she put herself out there. So is he.
Right.
So people want to know, and I mean, hey, don't
So
put
she's
yourself-
not really saying?
Huh?
She's not really saying what happened?
Oh no, she's just saying it was mutual, and it's just,
Right.
And they're both friends, and it's nothing like that. It just didn't work out in the end. Watch her video.
Okay.
I watched it. Yep.
Well, now you're gonna make me watch the rest of it because I started. To watch it and then
That's terrible. I know. Yeah,
I've just been so busy with work lately. I haven't really been able to keep up with much of anybody's stuff.
I just happened to catch it at lunch today. I usually sit down and watch my Suspicious Observer, which is new space weather news and stuff like that. And then I happened to see she put one out, and it's like, well, with everybody asking, it's like, oh, I got to watch it and see what it is, Thought bring it on. We can at least mention it on the show and give her a little publicity, so she can get people to watch it. Nothing wrong with that. I like her. She's a nice person, seems like.
Yeah,
It definitely seems down to earth, and I've met quite a few. Nick's met a lot more, but I've met quite a few YouTubers, and some of them aren't the way that they seem online.
No, you're right. It's definitely. Well, I mean, let's face it. They're playing to their audience.
Right.
Keith and I have met all the great.
That's pretty cool. We met a bunch of the good ones. Yeah.
You can always find out who the good ones are pretty easily. You don't even have to meet them to know.
No.
It's
nice to meet the ones who are what they act like. You meet them and they are
right.
that person. Yeah.
Hang with Bello was like the ultimate.
Oh, Anthony Vella is very cool.
He just put a new one out too in the desert or something on him.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, he did. He's pretty cool dude. Him and Leandra, they're very, very neat and nice kids. They
humble.
Yeah, absolutely. World's greatest paramotor pilot. Just ask him.
There goes Nick's truck.
Yep.
Okay. Sagging ass.
I heard it.
I don't drive no sagging ass truck.
Sagging ass. Yeah, you remember seeing all those in Florida? Oh my God.
Oh my God. What the hell?
He told me about that earlier today.
Reminds me of those motors. Remember the Harleys they were doing with the little rear wheel, little wide rear wheel, and then the great big front ones?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We did that on bicycles.
Oh, I hear you. It's funny because when I was a kid doing bikes, like 20-inch bikes and that, we put big wheels in the back and little wheels in the front.
Right. And then we put the it? The cards in the spokes and stuff.
Yeah.
And we put weed eater motors on them.
That too.
They go really fast.
I actually have one of the OTC Orange County Schwinn's here.
Huh.
That we're going to put. I haven't decided what we're putting on it yet. My daughter's old bike. She wanted one once, and she ended up with one, and she rode it for a while, and it's hanging up in the garage, and I keep threatening to put an engine on it just because it's that kind of,
Yeah, that's definitely something needs a weed eater motor of some type.
Yeah, that'd be fun. It's like, it's not going to be electric, I can tell you that.
They got a couple different kind of kits now that you can easily upgrade a bike.
Oh, there's 4 strokes, 2 strokes, electric. There's all kinds of stuff out there now.
Right. I know one you haven't thought of though. A jet turbine.
Oh no, it's definitely, that would be cool. Yep.
until it melts something.
You know, unless it's a turbo turbo shaft, it wouldn't be right on that bike. Then it would be. Put a little APU motor on it or something. With the turbo shaft setup where it actually runs the bike. And then put an afterburner on it.
Jets must have afterburners. You gotta
Yeah.
have flames shooting out the back of them.
Yep.
You remember that Jay Leno motorcycle? He put the jet turbine on.
Yes.
No, he didn't put that on there. That
No,
is
he-
Y2K. That's
Of
Marine
course
Turbine
he didn't.
technology.
Yeah. He
I've
was
actually rode those. Those are
Mhm.
a production bike, and it's I find it funny because Hayabusa got the title for a fastest production bike. Technically, the Y2K bike is the fastest production bike.
Yep.
They
He
never got
melted
that title.
car behind him. Remember that?
They didn't build a lot of them. Maybe they didn't build enough of them to make that title or something, you know?
They build 50 to 100 a year.
Is they building that many of those? I didn't think they
Yeah.
did that. Okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I know the owner, where I buy a lot of my turbines through.
Okay. Okay.
Every year when he comes to Cleveland for International Motorcycle Show, I go up there and ride the bikes around.
Nice.
Yeah, you have to be certified to run them.
Yeah, part of the certification is don't let anybody get too close to your rear end.
I let them creep up on me. You want to get burnt?
You seen that video with the Jay Leno and the guy creeped up on him?
Oh yeah.
Melted the whole front of his car up. He just takes off like nothing happened, like doo doo doo.
Well, the thing is, above the license plate, there's a big movable rotary sign that says "Caution, hot exhaust, stay back." People don't
Right.
listen to it. As long as
Well,
you
they
have
just
that.
can't read.
Yeah, now I've rode them. I always stay away. They're unique to ride. I like the thrust. Roll on the power, just constantly building horsepower. So much different than riding a Harley.
Hey, did you see that? I sent you something earlier.
Yeah. Then
It was a Vertigo trike for a Harley.
hoping to get a flight in here this week. Though they're, as I sent you, they're moving a bridge down here. It'll be world's first.
Interesting.
I've been watching the build of it. I've filmed a lot of it with the drone.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like to do the first-person view with the paramotor.
Okay.
They're building a new bridge across the Ohio River. They built it like 4 miles up the river, side
Okay.
of the bank. They're putting it on like 12 barges.
Floating it out.
They're going to float it down the river and lift it in place. Big hydraulic.
Interesting. That'll be interesting.
We really
Okay.
think they screw up and tip it over.
Oh shoot. Yeah. Expensive too. Oh man, I'll tell you. Been working a lot lately around here and work between those two. Yep. Staying busy. Well, we got Kyle Short flying coming up in a couple weeks. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be a good time.
Be there for that.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. We're looking forward to it. Didn't see your name on the list.
I should be on the list.
I'll have to look. Okay. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, but that's going to be a neat area to fly. The Farmington area. I haven't flown the ultralight or paramotor down there. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's what, about 10 minutes from you?
Huh?
It's about 10, 20 minutes from your house.
about 2 hours, but you know, still not that far. Told him I want to get a chance just to come down there and fly with him sometime, you know.
What, a week and a half after that's Bad Apple.
Yep. You're right.
I'll be flying.
Yeah, probably make it down Saturday, Sunday for me. Man.
Like a 2-dayer for you.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm thinking that.
You leave Friday night late, get off work.
Yeah, sure. That's the plan. Yeah, the Bad Apples in a week and a half, and that'll be a good time. That's gonna be a good one. I got 4 days for that one. Takes
Oh,
a
you're staying.
little. Yeah, I'll be there. We'll leave Wednesday night for that one. Get there Thursday or Wednesday night sometime.
Who's all coming down?
Don't know yet for sure. I know Tristan and I are coming. I'm pretty sure Ryan's coming. I'm not 100% on that one. Been trying to talk it up with a few of the guys, get a couple more to go. Jerry wants to go, but he's friends with Nick and them. He doesn't, and them, so, but he doesn't know if he can do it or not with the training schedule, you know? That's usually when it's in high swing.
So come bring his trainees there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's great if you're just kiting. Yep. Yep.
What's the best time for? I think that's ought to be part of like a school routine. I think bring them to a fly-in.
Yeah, not a
But at
bad
least-
thing.
I mean, one, it gives them a good chance to see the do's and don'ts of flying,
Yeah, that's for sure.
and,
Yeah,
and to
especially
see,
a big one.
and you get to see a lot of launches and landings. Look at tech,
Mm-hmm.
really point out stuff at the fly-in.
Yep. Where somebody's doing good or bad. Yeah, that's true. Unfortunately, there aren't enough fly-ins for every student to make it to one like that, you know?
Yeah, it'd be nice if it was.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know if I could survive going to one every weekend. I'd probably be divorced and dead. Just worn out.
I don't know if I could survive it, but I'd try.
Oh, it would be a fun try. Yeah.
Like, come on, we had to fly 3 weeks in a row, almost every day.
I know somebody had to do it.
Yeah, we survived it.
Yeah, the Southwest tour. That was fun. Definitely worth it.
I say next year we make it 4 weeks.
I can't. I wish. I just don't have the time. 3 weeks was pushing it for me. I really shouldn't have done 3.
Yeah, but you don't want to drive back through that snow. Did you?
No. Definitely. There was a reason why I didn't do, I did.
Yeah,
Just hit another snowstorm and it'll be 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Hey, we had snow here a lot earlier in the week.
We did. We had some last week.
No, I had like 3 inches of white stuff.
Didn't have 3 inches, but it came down hard for a while, and we had snow the next morning still. It coated everything pretty good.
Went to bed. There was nothing. I get up in the morning and everything was white.
Oh no, it happened during the day here because I had to drive home through it. Fortunately, the roads were just wet, but But anyway, now
I can't wait to another 2 or 3 weeks for Southwest.
Yep. I'm sitting here right now watching the days, and when you get the good days for thermals, I'm going, I want my wing back. Shannon's still got my Jin Carrera Plus.
Oh, he's still working on that thing.
Well, she had to order fabric. I knew that cell was getting replaced, so I knew she was going to end up ordering fabric for it. But she said they're usually pretty quick, so hopefully it won't take too long.
What do you do? She orders it right from Jen.
I think she ordered. I don't know if it's an importer or who she gets it from, but she orders it when she needs it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep. But she said other than that, it was in good shape. So
I figured they probably can't keep all that stuff in stock.
No, there's too many colors out there, too many different and every manufacturer's blue is different than the other one, Yep. And so on.
That's kind of the bad thing with all these.
Yeah. And now they're using different fabrics. It used to be mostly one fabric. Now you're seeing different manufacturers even using different fabrics. So, to a point. So, yep.
I'm not sure. Like, if I'd ever have wing repair done on one of these BGDs,
yeah.
I'd probably just send it back to BGD.
Yeah. That's just,
Look how many colors there's on that damn thing.
be surprised. A good shop can take care of it, though. Generally, I mean, depends on how bad the damage is, too, Yeah. But, yeah, there's a lot of colors. No question there. You're right.
Imagine one of those individual panels that's sewn together.
Yep. I'm still looking at frames, trying to decide. I'm thinking about doing something else for another frame, Not that I'm unhappy with mine. I'm still enjoying it. It's just, I want to do something a little lighter for soaring. I'm still.
What are you thinking about?
Oh, just all different ones. I just keep looking at them. I had a couple.
You seen the LAF?
LAF. I think I have. Yes.
Power to Fly, the mini frame.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That looks kind of weird on you, though.
They make them actual 150, I think.
Yeah, I've actually thought about one of the mini frames though to use with my hang glider because they use a smaller prop.
Oh yeah,
and that would work. See, that's the problem with mine. My frame, you can't get under the base tube in the right spot. I've tried.
I play with that LAF out there at EFD.
Mm-hmm. Did you?
Ron Trans girl had one. I literally put it on and had my arms outstretched around. I could reach around the back of the cage and grab the prop. That's small.
Oh, wow. That's small. Yeah.
That was
I've seen
little tiny 3-blader on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to have the 3-blade on that one to get the power used. Yeah.
And it was only an Adam 80 on it.
It's a 3-blade 110 prop.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, Adam 80 is a little marginal for me. Unless
you can get them with a 2-blade 115, the LAF. But as far as I understand, you can get the LAF in like a 140 and maybe even a 150 frame. Not 100% on that, but I'm pretty sure they have like a 132 and maybe a 140 in it.
Okay, nice.
Not that I would need anything that big, but
yeah,
I would definitely check them out.
Mm-hmm.
Would probably work for you, Keith. Yeah, the top 80 with the 140 frame on it.
Yeah,
that too rigid.
Yeah, the big thing is to get the little bigger props so you get better starting thrust. For me, that was my downfall on that Adam 80 I flew. Because it flew, but it was like, man, I think I was providing half the thrust to get off the ground.
Yeah, no climb on it.
No,
with someone your side.
I flew a 30 meter. I was flying my 30 meter APCO, and it was it's not an efficient wing. Let's put it that way. It's an older wing, not efficient. So it doesn't fly fast, but it takes a lot of horsepower to get it there to where it is.
What do you think of that momentum frame?
That's a nice frame. That's one on my list. I'll definitely consider it.
What motor would you go though? You go with the one bigger motor?
Yeah, probably a little more horsepower. Depending on once again what I was using it for though. If I was going to fly it exclusively for paraglider, I mean, motor glider flight, I'd probably stay with the light engine then. Because that wing is very efficient and doesn't take as much to launch.
Maybe that that frame with like an EOS 100.
That would be a bad combination, yeah. Something like
EOS 130, yeah.
Just a little more horsepower, not a lot more weight, So that's why I said I'm kind of looking around. That's why I wanted to fly a few things and on the lighter side and just see what it was like,
For the hang glider, you were thinking of something like a sputter or a doodle bug?
No. I actually am more interested in. Well, I was actually looking at using an actual paramotor setup,
right?
And doing under the base tube,
the root tube.
Well, no, you just underneath the base where you got the triangle frame. Instead
Oh,
of being
right.
through it head first, go underneath it like the doodle bug, but with more of a conventional paramotor.
Right. With a cage or something, maybe.
Yeah, well, you got a cage on a paramotor.
Hmm.
Yep.
You just put it on a
The
trike.
biggest thing is, I've thought about that too. I thought about building a light trike for it. That's for my rigid wing. I've thought about building a light trike. It wouldn't be hard to do. Too bad to do.
I've got a trike wing with a Kawasaki 440. It's like a
Mhm.
toucan. Has
Mhm.
it has
Yep.
shocks on the back, and toucans don't, but mine does.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I know the toucan. Yep.
Problem is, Nick's never
440.
flown the thing yet.
Yep. I've got a few
No, I've got a
440s.
yeah, Kawasaki 440 and a Atheroad Stranger 14.8 two-place wing.
Okay.
I'm
Interesting.
actually, my buddy might be trading me for like a tandem setup, so I'll have
Okay.
everything I need when I'm ready to go.
Okay.
It'll just be sitting there collecting dust until I get some more hours in training.
Oh, I hear you. Yep.
Or you'll come out,
Don't
come out to
push
Pete's
that.
field one day and he's got to fly the damn
It'll probably end up needing a set of tires by the time it's said and done, I'm sure.
Mm.
thing. Your other one,
Yeah, I hear you.
that Cloudbuster you're going with.
Oh yeah, that Cloudbuster is really cool. As far as I understand, it's super, super easy to fly.
Yep.
Ultralight, they're all easy to fly.
Yeah, within reason. Within reasons. Some are easier than others.
It's got a 32-foot wingspan. It had some short wings, but I'd never got them.
If I'm flying ultralight, I don't want the short wings. I want I'd rather have the STOL capability, get in a small spot. That's
I think
my
what
thing.
happened with the small wings is I think it took a prop strike because there was a little spot on one of the props, and I think that the prop was
Okay.
imbalanced and ended up with the exhaust from all the shaking. So it probably needs the prop balanced, and
Okay.
I think the exhaust is fixed. It's at my buddy's house.
Okay. Yeah, because like the Challenger, they make a long wing and a short wing. I've flown them both.
Right.
I definitely like the long wing better. You can actually shut the motor off and go soaring in
My
it.
buddy's got a Challenger two-place, and I like that a lot better than his trike wing. He had a Delta trike, a Pegasus two-place.
Yep. Yeah, I know the Pegasus. Yeah.
And there was just nowhere in the back for me to put my legs. I had to hang them over.
Okay.
I mean, it was, and then I was kind of almost hitting all the controls in the back, So
Okay.
it just
Red,
wasn't
I know
really
a buddy of mine's got a red wing. That's good. It depends on which model, which version. Yeah.
I don't know. I like the flight in it. Like he took me up to the stall point and toppled it over like on a roller coaster. So that was pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
But the Challenger was more of the Cadillac in the sky.
Yeah, they're light. They definitely are lighter. That's one of the big ones. I wouldn't say they have excessive amounts of. Well, it depends on the wing you got on the trike too. Just change the wing, you got a different trike. Just like a paramotor trike.
I think it was a Pegasus wing too. He tried to put my Stranger wing on there, and the envelope was just so small he couldn't fly it. It was dangerous.
Oh wow. Oh, because of the weight.
It's just the way it hangs, the hang point or something like that. He wasn't really sure. He tried figuring it out, but he said, if you put it on another trike like your Toucan, it would probably work fine. It's not made for the Pegasus. He's flown 3 different Strangers. He's had Stranger wings, plenty of them. He's had at least 3. So he knows that wing like nobody's business.
Just on a different trike, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it just didn't work on that.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a Saber sitting in the hangar.
Oh, right.
Right now with a That's a 2-place saber. It's not a bad trike. It's light. I like the light. Simple.
Mhm.
What was one you were
Yep.
flying last time I was out there?
Hmm?
Quicksilver, wasn't it?
Well, I've got a quick, and I've got a too many. I've got a freaking Flight Star, and I've
Oh,
got
wow.
a yeah. I'm actually restoring a 2-seater Flight Star right now. Slow project, but it's getting there.
Nick,
And,
you know Jackie, she's got it. I think that white one in the hangar there in Nightdale, that's a saber, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're a neat little plane. And I've got the one you're talking about. I was flying a tail dragger when you were there. The lowly sport parasol.
Okay, that was.
Yeah,
Yeah, he took one
that's
girl
my
for a ride.
baby. Yeah, that's my baby bush plane. Yep. Yeah.
Take you long to get it off the ground. I'll tell you that. Rip it open.
It lifts off pretty quick. It gets up pretty quick. Yep. Not as
Must have
fast.
Viagra.
Yeah, not as fast as some of them, but it's. I like the fact you get in and out of a small spot and pretty much. And it kind of gives you that old style parasol feel, open cockpit, a wing over you, kind of different. Got the Cub landing gear with the bungees on it, so if you come in and try to do a wheel landing on a bumpy ground, it'll just launch you back off the ground again.
What's that little front end you had?
Huh?
The one you had up front. Front end.
For the other end, you mean?
Yeah, the high wing.
That's the parasol.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
No, the red one's the other quick we had out. That was my buddy Ed's. That's not mine.
Oh, okay.
That's the 2-seat side by side. Yeah.
That's when I seen you fly.
Okay.
You went up to a couple circuits with it. Took her up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. It needs to be flown once in a while. Bad for those engines just to sit,
Bad for half the engine. Garage sitting. Whole hangar full of them.
Yeah. Gotta fly. Yep. It's all fun. I haven't found anything I haven't enjoyed flying yet. The least fun.
Gyro yet.
Yeah, I've done gyro. I did a Sparrowhawk with a friend of mine, and literally left the end of the runway. We hadn't even left the end of the runway. And he's like, "You fly." I said, "I've never flown a gyro." He said, "Just fly it." By the time we got done, we were shooting touching. I'm shooting touch and goes, doing vertical descents with 180s exiting the other way, and it's like, it's fun. Told everybody afterwards. I said, I gotta stay away from gyros. I ain't flying those anymore. He said, "Why is that?" I said, "Too expensive."
That's the one problem.
Yeah, I want the ones I want are, have too many zeros on them.
I'm about the same way.
A buddy of mine.
I still want
Yeah,
that.
he's the importer for Magni. Yep, my buddy's an importer for Magni. And that's kind of one of my favorites. The Magnis are, but they're kind of expensive.
I think
You have to give them.
Get it.
Hmm?
I want the Mosquito.
The what?
Get it.
Okay. Yeah, that's a neat. That little helicopter's neat though. Yep.
I think that's the ultimate one to have. Fold the wing up, put it in the trailer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty small. Yep. I know one of the local guys wants one. He's talking about it.
Looking at it.
Yep.
Money becomes
I haven't
available.
heard-
I'll probably get one.
Yeah, I haven't heard too many terrible things about him either. That's the thing. Not like the Mini 500.
I've actually
That
flown.
one had. Yep. They flew good, I heard. They just had issues.
Yeah, mechanical. Terrible.
Yeah, like cracking and and the fact the engine didn't really work out perfect on that airframe. The turbine, when they put the turbine on the Mini 500, fixed all its problems too. It really did.
The one thing I never got to try was a turbine. I got to see one, never got to fly.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would make it.
Yeah, I
that lot
saw
better.
one. It really looked good watching it fly to Oshkosh a few years ago when I saw one. That was a year. I think it was a year they released the turbine, put the turbine on it. Yeah,
The same turbine, T62 Solar.
yeah. They get used a lot for that stuff.
Oh,
'cause
you
they
know
work
why,
well
don't you?
for it. They work good for it.
Well, they work good for it,
Nice.
and the fact that they're one, the weight to power ratio is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Two, the government quit using them, and they had
A
shitloads
lot of them out
around.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anytime the government decommissions something
Yep.
and it's good for repurposing, they get used.
That's like when they were using all those Rotex 582s on the big not Predator, the dang it, I can't remember which one it was. One of the big drones, and they started switching the engines over, and all of a sudden, a ton of them showed up cheap. You know,
Mhm.
we were starting to see Rotex 4-cylinder 4-strokes cheap for a while.
Oh, they went to turbines on the drone.
Mm-hmm. You got it. Well, it just makes sense on those, you know.
The thing is, the neat thing is, they're built here in Ohio.
Yep.
One major manufacturer of all those turbines using cruise missiles and
Well,
most of the drones, just right outside of Dayton.
Yep. I remember that. I used to live down there.
I have a couple of the
lived in Fairborn.
prototype turbines they don't use. Military never bought.
Okay.
They're in my collection. I run every now and then.
Oh, cool.
One's kind of neat because it actually was one that was going to be used on one of the cruise missiles.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the air impingement start system.
Okay.
The only way I could start it with a leaf blower.
Okay. Interesting. So you spin it up with the leaf blower air, and then bring your fuel in, huh?
It actually it brings the fuel in automatically.
Okay.
It's a pneumatic.
Well, it makes sense because it was going on a drone, on a missile. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, the way it would work on the missile, they'd fire the missile with a solid rocket booster. The door would open in the front, catch air, and shove it through the engine. And it has a little magneto in it.
Air started.
And there's just air started everything. The
Wow.
fuel control system is all pneumatic and hydraulic off of the fuel system.
Interesting.
So it is a FADEC controlled engine.
Okay. Very cool. Interesting.
The only thing with them is they were a one-time use engine, even though they've tested them thousands of hours. They were usually a one start. Wasn't coming back.
Something about a cruise missile. They usually don't reuse anything. Yeah, they don't generally use them again.
It's surprising enough, they actually, the motors they're using now, from what I hear, aren't good as what some of these prototypes were as far as their design.
Mm-hmm.
The newer ones they're using, they're very reliable engines,
Mm-hmm.
but they are a one use. They're only good for so many minutes.
It's not like you gotta rebuild it or something and keep it going at 5,000 hours.
Yeah, they're good for a couple hours use. They're done.
Yeah.
Versus the ones they were building originally were thousands of hours in and they're not even rebuilding.
Mm-hmm.
Bearings are so much better. They had a full lubrication system. From what I was reading,
the industry of home built would much rather they build the high hour engine. When they decommission some of them, the engines become available.
That's what happened with the ones I have now.
Mm-hmm.
They were going to use them. They never did. They were prototypes, like
Mm-hmm.
20 or 30 made. From what I understand, 8 or 10 got sold out. Collectors.
Okay.
One of them's actually in the Dayton Air Force behind glass.
Mm-hmm.
Last I was down there, I recognized, I got one of the same ones I got.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. I need to make a trip. I haven't been there in years. Air Force Museum. That is a cool place to go.
Usually I go up for the week for Dayton.
Yeah, it's a weekend deal.
We'll go through it's a 4-day event for the Ham Fest. We'll go
that's what I figured you
a few days early.
Yeah. That'd be worth it. Yeah.
Ham Fest starts on Thursday. As a vendor, we have to be there on Wednesday. A lot of times we get there Monday. We'll spend a couple days at the airport.
Yep. We keep talking about making a trip back up. I just haven't done it in a while. For us, it's how long does it take to you to get to Dayton?
Well, it's 5 hours.
Okay, so you're not much difference than me. Dayton's like halfway then between us.
Yeah, they ever do the Ham Fest again? We'll have to meet up there, go to the Ham Fest, go flying before it.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. We used to live, like I said, I used to live right by it. There in Fairborn. That was we used to used to get access used to go to the museum a lot when I lived there.
You know, it'd be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a couple places we can take off from up there. Be a fly into the museum.
Yeah, something about that Air Force base there.
I probably get permission.
Have to have that's just gonna say you'd have to have prior permission to do it. Because remember, one side of that's still, well, I don't think they call it that anymore, but it's still a SAC base.
Yeah, they don't do they do little air transport there. They don't do a lot.
No.
I mean, I've flown in there before with Warbird, so I know it's possible to get permission to fly in there.
Sure. A lot of times the issue is insurance. They want you to have $2 million worth of insurance at Air Force bases. A lot of times, Scott over here, Mid American Scott, you can land on the Mid America side and not have a dime's worth of insurance. But if you want to touch down on the other side, even with prior permission, you have to have insurance, a certain amount.
Really, what can we do to a plane?
I know. I'm just saying that's what I've seen. That's rules I've seen, put up before, and it could just been who was in charge that didn't want whatever it was there.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
It could be. It's hard to say.
I'm hoping to get to fly if we go to Oshkosh to fly up there.
I'm looking forward to flying up. So we'll get to fly there as long as the weather's good. We'll make a trip into Oshkosh from the outside. That's the place. That's the thing to do. I love flying. I've flown most of my trips into Oshkosh have been by ultralight or ultralight trainer or light sport. Never flown.
I've flown another aircraft before, but I'd really like to fly in the paramotor.
Yeah, I would too. That's what I'm saying. I want to fly in a paramotor and fly back out again. Yep.
If it wouldn't have been for 2 jobs I had to get done, I would have been up in Florida for Sun and Fun, flown into that.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have liked to have gone to that. I haven't been to Sun and Fun in a long time.
Way too long for me. I was actually really contemplating flying the jet up there, having a paramotor in the back with me going in. Then I had a job come up and got me tied up right there.
No, I hear you. No, I definitely. Yeah, it's a good event. Sun and Fun, go down. The whole thing's a lot of fun there. It really is. Paradise City, the ultralight areas, kind of cool there. It's a little more open, not quite as you're not quite as locked in with a runway right next to you like you are at Oshkosh, which is still good. It's still fine, but I mean,
Oshkosh Sun's going to be a ball.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be fun. It's going to be a fly in the morning, fly out in the evening.
Thing is, where do we put our gear?
In the Red Barn. I'm sure they let us put it upstairs or something, or under the thing. I'm sure we can find some place to put it. That won't be a problem. The bag, carry a wing bag with you, bag the wing up.
I carry a wing bag all the time now. I stick it under my seat.
I've got one under my seat too. It's just a good idea. I've had to use it twice.
I realized on the mini plane, the bag that goes for my BGD fits right under the seat. Roll it up, stick it under there.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, just that concertina bag.
Mm-hmm.
I lay the wing down in it, zip it up, fold it up, strap on it.
Yep. I hear you. Yep.
That was one thing I thought about when we were flying there. Like, how do we put our gear we fly in? I'm going to fly with a couple cameras on me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's something I was just telling Tristan. I have not gotten out my Sony camera yet and put it on anything.
Sony.
My Sony. My 3D 360.
Samsung.
Yeah, Samsung. Sorry, I said Sony, didn't I?
Yeah, don't degrade the name of Samsung.
Anyway, I have not used it yet. I need to get some time and set it up on the mount, and take it out and fly it.
Where are you thinking of mounting the chest mount?
I don't know. I've debated that. I've debated top helmet mount or chest mount or what I want to do with it. I even thought about putting it on just for in the grass on a nice grass day, putting it on chase cam just to do it.
Yeah, that'd be different.
Yeah.
You have to make sure you get the adapter from the GoPro to the threaded mount.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing you have to have. And
Well,
get the metal one. Don't buy the plastic.
No, I know. By the way, I just got a new aluminum for my session for my chase cam.
Oh, aluminum housing.
Yeah, I got the aluminum housing after the other one cracking on me, and being flying it for a month on a cable tie, basically holding it together. It worked. It was fine. It's just I knew the other side. Once one side cracks, the other it won't take much. The other side's going to crack, and then there's not going to be much holding it at all.
Yeah.
So I bought an aluminum one. I figured that'll hold up better.
Where'd you find that one at?
Amazon, actually. Yeah, it's got the slide in back, the slide in part. So it pops up and it's got a spring ball that holds it shut.
Oh, okay.
So it's really nice, real easy to put it in and out of. But I don't think it's going to come loose on its own,
That's what I always worry about. Anything coming loose off the
Mm-hmm.
camera.
Yeah, you don't want to lose parts of your mount or your camera itself or something like that.
Yeah, I worry about losing the camera or having it become an issue when I'm flying over, we're at the beaches and stuff, flying down hitting somebody.
Yeah, you don't want to hit somebody with it. That would be bad. Yeah, that would hurt. I watched somebody hit by a sandbag one time on a bomb drop event. Big old black and blue spot on the back of his leg.
What was he doing? Getting too close to the bomb drop?
He was one of the judges, and yeah, he was screwing around and wasn't listening and got too close, and it basically nailed him in the back of his left leg and made a big old bruise on it. Yeah. Oh yeah. But yep.
I want to try something up at Bad Apple. I was telling Nick, we both fly the little 80.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to get in it too, just for the hell of it.
Okay.
There's a USPPA. You look at their sanctioned events.
Mm-hmm.
They have different competitions. One of them is an efficiency competition.
Sure.
For each pilot empties their tank, puts 2 liters in their tank, takes off, and the last one on the ground wins.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't win with my motor, but okay.
Oh, it's not just motor.
It's wing too, I know.
And if you do it midday.
Pilot. Oh yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, if I took out the Gen Carrera Plus and it was a good day, then you literally don't use fuel other than to get to altitude.
I'm trying to get Nick on with me one of the days to try that and do it. It'd be nice to get a bunch of other guys to go together and let's all just try it.
That'd be fun. It'd be fun to do. Yeah, it would. I know I wouldn't stay up long probably unless conditions were right, but hey, yeah.
I think it would be a fun little thing to do one of the days, midday when not a lot to do, not all the guys up, go up there and try it.
Yep. The only problem is if everybody starts running out of fuel at the same time, that could be ugly. It's a big field though.
Yeah, there's enough field. That's what I say. If you do it midday when it's not all the guys going to be flying anyway.
Yep. Yeah, that's a big field, so it really wouldn't be an issue there. But yeah, it would be kind of fun.
Y'all call your landing. Right out of fuel, you see a guy coming down.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Pretty much committed to the landing.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Unless you make a low save. Climb back out with the thermal.
Yeah, come off that pond. And the pond thermals were there.
That's better in the winter. You don't get those in the summer much. Around on the outsides of it, it'll cause one to kick off.
Yeah, when we were there, they were kicking pretty good there.
It was cool then, though. It was cool. So the water was actually holding more heat than the rest of the land was. Yeah, we get you get lake thermals off Lake Michigan. The hang glider pilots will fly in the winter. The guys that are really hardy because it is freaking frigid up there. And they'll actually go out and get lake thermals out in front of the bluffs. They'll have ridge lift, and they'll pull out in front and pick up a lake thermal and take it up to altitude. But that's cold. That's colder than I want to fly in.
Yeah, that'd be fun to do, but I'm not doing it in the cold.
No. Problem is, yeah, with a hang glider, with a paraglider, even, you got to carry it out. You got to get set up. You got to, yeah. I'm not. I'll fly in the 30s. All dressed up nice and warm on a paramotor or one of my or an ultralight or something that's open. But yeah, I don't do I don't do my hang gliders and paragliders generally in that cold of weather. I want to be able to launch it near where it's warm so I can warm back up again.
I need to get back under.
Huh?
I need to get back under a hang glider. Long.
Yeah. Yeah, we just had a guy out the other day. He's actually going down to Lookout Mountain. He's all excited. He wants to hang glide. And what do you do? He shows up at my field on a day we had the most paragliders out this year so far, paramotors, and he's watching everybody fly paramotors. And then he starts looking at paramotors.
Will you come out there to get a tow?
No, he's not flying yet. He was just one. We have the winch there, and we do towing. We get people come out once in a while with hang gliders. We used to have a pretty good group at one time, and we used to aero tow and winch tow both here, but we don't do much of that anymore. And
so you have a winch big enough to pull a glider up?
That's a 550 Honda on that hydrostatic winch. Oh yeah, it pulls up a glider. It's fine. What's up, Tristan?
How's it going?
Doing okay. Did you see those nice pictures Ryan put out of the flight yesterday?
I did. I put a couple comments on them.
I sat and went through them, all of them. They look good. I was showing them during the show. I hope he didn't get it. I'm sure he doesn't mind.
Oh, no. He shared them on Facebook. I don't think he minds.
Not at all. Yeah, I'm going to save them. Definitely. Bunch of good ones of you and me. Yep.
Yep. Yeah. I gotta get the good one of what I'm after yet for my embroidery, but
you got to quit flying away from me every time I get behind you.
I was gonna say I gotta do it while I'm on the phone with somebody, so I know what's going on.
Yeah, you're right.
Because you definitely were after what I was looking for. However,
all too far away.
Exactly, I was too far away. And
Yep.
How's it going, Nick?
Going good. Well, so he's got the ultimate camera. That 20 crazy image quality.
What's that?
You're really losing your audio. It keeps dropping in and out. It's just
far away from it.
Maybe.
That camera he uses is amazing. It makes me want to get one now.
Yeah, I like my microphone. It works good. Yep.
Usually I'm using the Bluetooth one inside the clip.
Huh. Yeah, I hear you. Mine don't have batteries. Mine plugs straight in.
Oh, is that what's going on? Because it's very difficult to hear what anything is coming from that.
He's running on the laptop mic. Yeah, that's tough.
Well, I'm in my car.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I figured. I heard the turn signal noise earlier.
Yep. Yeah, we're just talking about shorts flying coming up. Looking forward to it. And Nick was talking about a fun thing to do at Bad Apples. He was saying we should do an efficiency contest. You get 2 liters of fuel in your engine. How long can you stay up?
Oh, that's not fair.
You mean that's not fair?
I mean, between you with your oh boy, I don't know.
He can beat you with your own engine.
I was gonna say I could probably get you, but at the same time, you're flying the fucking top 80 on a very efficient wing.
Yeah.
Keith has got the old Jim Carrera.
Yeah.
And I got the Universal, but I don't know. I think it's really going to come down to a competition of who can find the best thermal.
That's what we were saying. The whole trick is if it's a good day and there's thermals, then it's then it's not going to be an efficiency contest. It's going to be a thermaling contest.
Exactly.
I'll even give you I'll give you a little bit of a cheater on this one, Tristan. I'll let you fly your old engine, and I'll fly my new one.
You fly what?
I'll fly my new engine.
What'd you get?
An 80.
Oh, that new one?
Yeah, liquid cooled.
Liquid cooled? Yeah, I'll tell you right now that the air cooled is going to be more efficient than the liquid cooled 80, but it's the liquid cooled will put out a little more power, but air cooled will be more efficient.
I understand that liquid cooled actually sips fuel better than the coffee.
I don't know if I want to be a part of this conversation or the competition, to be honest. Huh. This is, oh boy, that would be a tough challenge. I'm not going to lie.
Let's put it this way. As I made the comment, if there's no thermals, that's going to be a short flight for me.
Not if you fly the Jin Carrera Plus.
Oh, it's still going to be a short flight.
You probably won't have that wing back in time.
It's iffy. I don't know. Let's see. Since
Well, let's
it's
see, 2 liters.
fixed in Georgia, I might be able to pick it up on there.
If we all three take off with a true 2 liters of fuel, this might take up to 45 minutes, unless we get into some thermals.
Then it could be extended quite a bit.
It could be all fucking day.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to get a good day though for that, you know.
Yeah.
We have a fourth pilot that's going to be in it. He's lighter than all of us, flying very efficiently.
And who's that?
My buddy Nick Griffith's on it too.
Nick. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? I tell you what.
Guess what he did?
Come on over. Why don't you bring over a little jar of Shine and we'll talk about it in person at the fly-in. Well, Thursday night. I'll meet you at the camper Thursday night. You bring a bottle of Shine and we'll talk.
And you no cheat either. You got to use 2 liters of fuel only.
I mean, I will siphon my tank and measure 2 liters just for you.
Mine's marked at the liter marks.
I'm thinking I've got some nice containers that are actually marked for 2 liters.
Okay.
I figure we'll use the same container. The way we know we fill it with 2 liter mark.
Fair enough.
Put it in your tank. So everybody's equal.
Yep.
I'll give you an extra shot glass for the fuel if you want for frying.
Then if there's no thermals, it's a matter of everybody's thing. What do you do? A slow climb the whole time to see how long you can glide afterwards? Or do you stay as low as you can so you don't use any more fuel and then just land when it quits? Or what do you that's the trick. It's all, especially if you're all running. Yeah.
Because
yep.
On my wing with my weight, idling, or let's just call $3,000. $3,000 might just be enough to hover.
Yep.
However, if I fly your motor and your weight in your wing with the Jim Carrera Plus, $3,000 might be just enough to climb.
Yeah, it would be enough.
I would be climbing.
I cruise at 4,500 on that one. So on my motor. With me. So yeah.
That'd be a little interesting thing to try.
It'd be interesting, yeah. Just be interesting. I may have to go out this next weekend and do a 2 liter run and just see where it gets me. Just for grins. I'm not flying. I don't have the other wing back yet. But.
Or you could just wait and see.
Yeah.
Wait, which wing are you waiting on?
Jin Carrera Plus.
Oh, I thought you got them both back.
No. That one she had to order the fabric for that cell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Funny thing. Yesterday, we for those that don't know, yesterday we were out at Gateway Field in Huron out at Keith's place, and we had a wonderful fucking flight.
Oh yeah.
But I had full intentions of measuring out that line yesterday.
Oh, we never did do it, did we?
Keith and I Keith and I went out and flew a new place, and we got halfway there before we realized that one of the two of us was missing a wing.
Yeah, me.
It wasn't me. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
flew the Universal, my Universal, which flies like a C-rated wing when he's on it. And I
Officially,
flew
that's what the manual says.
Yeah, at least that's what the manual says. And then
It
I flew
flies
the
fine.
Z-blade, 18-meter Z-blade, and I mean, we actually flew together pretty good.
Mhm.
But during that experience, if you'll call it that, there was a mishap where a tip steer line managed to get a little damage.
Yep, just a sheath, really, but yeah,
Yeah,
a little bit.
just a sheath, but
We're just gonna replace
damage
it.
nonetheless. So
Yeah.
we're gonna order a new one.
Yep. But we got to get it measured.
Exactly.
How bad was
I'm actually going to.
Oh, it's flyable. He was flying it the other day. I flew it that day afterwards, and it's been fine. It's just
Yeah, I mean, it still flies. And in the event that it actually does wear through the main line inside the sheathing, I'll just tie it off because it's just a tip steer.
Yeah, it's a tip
I don't
anyway.
really need it.
yeah.
But and I've got plenty of line to extend it if I need to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll get one going for it. Yep.
Bad launch or what?
Yeah, bad launch.
Bad conditions.
Oh, terrible conditions.
Yeah, it was windy.
All bullshit aside, we should not have been flying.
Not when we took off. Well, let's put it this way: the Universal with me on it went straight up. Okay. Tristan took like 3 steps on his Z-blade.
Oh yeah, Z-blade. I think it was 2.
2.
It was
okay. It wasn't much, I know.
Anything like the conditions we had at Velos last time we flew out there?
No. It was
What's that?
Yeah, maybe a little more.
What was the question?
Yeah, he's asking. It was like it was Anthony Velas when him and I flew our last flight there. It was a little stronger than that. Yeah. I literally took off and started climbing straight up on the.
I would say consistent 14 to 16 mile an hour.
Yeah.
With gusts 20 to 25.
And if you remember, we were landing before the 17 got there at Velas. That's why we were landing, because they were predicting 17 at the end of the hour or the next hour. After we got up, it was windier than they'd originally said it was going to be.
I don't know. Whatever whacked me when I come in stuff, pretty wicked that first time.
Oh, I know. My first approach was aborted too. I came in and ended up, I was almost on the ground. My foot I think I touched the grass, and all of a sudden I was 5 feet in the air. And it's like, okay, let's go around.
Yeah, for me, I was on the ground. I made 2 steps. I was curling my toes trying to grab the ground. I got ripped off the ground again. I'm like,
time to go around. Yep.
I just applied power for a little break in.
And both of our second approaches and landings were just absolutely perfect landings. Yep. The first ones were just kind of interesting.
That's how it always goes, though. Is
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, when you can't grip the grass with your feet trying to keep yourself down.
Mm-hmm. That was actually the only place in the area with grass too.
Well, I figure if anything, it was a little softer landing there than that dirt.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Yep.
Just in case it didn't become a good landing.
Yep.
That was an awesome flight. One of those ones you had to do.
So, what else is it? What other goals do we have for the bad apples?
Long cross country.
Yeah, that sounds fun. I'll have to pick a place and plan a route and plan one. Yeah. A couple different options depending on wind.
What is long, Nick?
2 hours at least.
So like minimum 60-hour round trip, 60-mile round trip.
You got some of the grab us fuel out there, or we have an airport we can land at. That'd be awesome.
If we can just get gas and pick a spot, carry oil with us, it wouldn't be too bad.
I'll say I'll bring oil. I don't care.
I've done that. I've got bottles. I've got little 4-liter bottles or 2-liter bottles that are not 2-liter, 2-ounce bottles that are perfect for carrying oil for cross countries. Here you go. Check this out. Ready and go. There are a few paragliders in that thermal.
Holy.
Now that's a stack, isn't it?
Oh my God.
You see how close that guy was?
Yeah.
I've been looking at that. That's been online for the last few days.
I know. I just saw it again. Thought I'd bring it. Put it up.
Right.
That's just like one of those like, holy shit, there's wings everywhere.
Yep, that's a lot of wings. You got it.
I've flown a big gaggles flying. That right there is crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. You're right there.
That's a clusterfuck.
That's actually probably one of the major competitions, and those guys get going like that before the start, and it's amazing. You'd think there'd be a crash or something, and everybody never hits each other, or rarely. Yep. Did you see Tristan? Jerry brought up the video from yesterday's towing is posted on YouTube.
No, I did not.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. He posted it on his page. Looks pretty good.
On his own page, huh?
Yeah, he has.
I don't know if I have.
Paragliding Unlimited page. Yeah.
Okay, well, let me just pull that up real quick when I get in.
Okay. Sure.
I'm just getting home.
Okay. Long day.
But the client, I was at work pretty early today, and weird work schedule for the rest of the week. Tomorrow, today was 6 o'clock till noon, and tomorrow is noon till 6 p.m.
Yeah.
And then for the rest of the week is 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Oh, joy. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Happy, joy.
Yeah.
No flying for you.
Yeah, no kidding.
No, I actually, today was the first time that I took all of my gear to work since somebody drove into the mini plane.
Okay. A little windy today.
Yeah, well, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
When I got home last night, everything looked good.
Mm-hmm.
When I got up this morning, everything looked good. Windy, of course, was telling me 100 million miles of wind. But windy is rarely
around here. Yeah, around here it's not very accurate. Yeah.
And so I said, well, I'll risk it. And I took it with. It's a 6-hour shift. I parked in a way that nobody could possibly touch it.
Right.
And then, it went from 0 wind when I got to work to, absolute screaming by the time I left. So
no kidding.
I did not fly. Spent the afternoon and evening working on a motorcycle, but
okay.
Still.
Yeah, not a good day, good evening to fly.
Now everything's put away. I got the wings put away and the motor in the garage. So
yeah, because tomorrow's supposed to rain.
No more flying this week for me, unfortunately.
I hear you.
Between the shitty weather and the 12-hour shifts that follow tomorrow,
those suck. Yeah, 12-hour shifts, they just suck.
Saturday, I don't think I'll be up either because unless I do Saturday morning here local.
Okay.
We have a event in St. Louis. It's an oddities and curiosities event. And for those that don't really know what that means, if you were ever going to go see a shrunken human skull, this is where you would go.
Okay.
So all the strange things you might see on Harry Potter or whatever. There's an event going on in St. Louis here this weekend, and I'm going to take a couple friends and go out for that.
Nothing wrong with that.
But Sunday, I tell you what, if Sunday's nice, I'll be there for the whole day.
Okay. What's it saying as of now?
I don't know what the weather's going to be like. I'll tell you right now, if the if it's going to be appropriate weather this weekend, I'll make a point to be out there at 9 a.m, Keith. If you want to try and get one of those planes cleaned up, washed, or whatever, I'd love. I don't know how
right.
his MX get back up in the air again. Well, because
I need
that's
to get the fiberglass fixed on that too.
What's
that? Wouldn't
that?
take long to fix it. I need to lay the fiberglass up on the fairing too, fix that, and then get it flying.
The two-seater?
My MX. No, the single-seater. The two-seater is just a worse job.
Right. And that's what I was saying. And I'm probably
and it's got to have an annual done.
The two-seater or the single?
No, two-seater. Excuse me.
Well, I mean, it doesn't take too much to do an annual, does it?
I can't do it. It's got to be Billy Red.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yep. Because they're the owners. They're the ones with on their card.
Yep.
So otherwise, I'd be more than happy to do it.
Right.
Let's see. Right now, Saturday, 74 degrees, 13 mile an hour wind. Sunday, 78 degrees and 16 mile an hour wind. That's as of today.
Yeah.
They got wind predicted all week.
Well,
we'll see
what happens throughout the week.
Yeah, we'll see. But I mean, it's Monday. By Sunday, that's a long ways off to be predicting wind. I always joked, if you can predict the wind 2 days away, you're amazing.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. Weather, basic weather is one thing, but wind is even trickier.
The only job in the world that you can literally be wrong at every day and not lose your job,
local
weather.
Yep, you're right.
And wind is, like you said, wind is trickier than weather. So
yep, that's the trickiest part. Yep.
I run the AccuWeather app rather than some of the other weather apps, and I really haven't explored too much within it. I check today's forecast, tomorrow's forecast, and then I might look. I usually pull up the satellite imagery for rain or precipitation for the next couple days. And just because the rain is out in California right now doesn't mean I don't know where it'll be in a few days. I mean,
good chance it'll be here, but yeah.
Right. I can make an educated guess. But tonight was the first night that I pulled up the satellite imagery with a temperature gradient filter on it.
Okay.
And that was rather interesting because it did not follow any of the other gradients or weather predictions that were out there.
Okay.
It was rather interesting to observe because it made sense. Unlike the rain predicted, it made sense.
I hear you.
And with those temperature fronts that were coming in and out, I was like, okay, well, that's going to be high wind there, and over here is going to be beautiful flying weather, but of course, that's not anywhere near Gateway Air Park.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
So it was interesting. I think I'll probably start watching that a little closer because I think that might give me at least a little better estimation of what the wind will be like.
Hope you get a better idea.
What's that?
You hope you get a better idea what it's going to be like.
Yeah, I do hope. But watching it, I'm able to relay that information into the wind forecast, if you will, and see the relation within. And I already have prior to flying, I already had a pretty fair knowledge of how weather worked and the local forecast was predicted. And, I understood it at a basic level. To be able to have these apps and programs that give me such in-depth knowledge, I mean, I'm no meteorologist, but it sure makes me feel like I am because I can read the pages, even though there's no words. I and read it and say, you know what, I bet you this is going to cause problems right here. It's going to cause high wind here, low wind here, low pressure, X, Y, and Z. And then I change from one filter to another, and I assume. So you there?
I'm here.
We lose Keith?
Yeah, he dropped out. He'll be back. It happens every now and
Looks like Bob is gone as well.
then. I think Bob fell asleep on it.
How many guys did you have on the show tonight?
4 of us on. Nick Griffith was in here earlier.
Was that?
Nick was in here earlier. Still working.
Oh, okay.
Putting up a sign at one of his jobs.
All right. Yeah. There we go. I'm a ghost. I'm floating.
You're a ghost. You're floating.
What?
Is that normal for you?
Floating or being a ghost?
Both.
I like to float. Ghost. It depends. But so short field flying is coming up pretty soon here, Nick. How do I minimize you? I guess I can't. I don't know if you're paused right now, but ooh, wow. Next weekend. So in let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10. In 10 days, the short field flying is starting. Now that'll put us on the 7th.
Starts on the 6th.
On the 6th, yes. That'll put us on the 6th. 6, 7, 8, 9, Thursday through Sunday. Are you intending on participating in that event?
Yes, I am.
Have you reached out to Kyle Short?
I think I did. I sent him a message I was coming.
Did you pay your fee?
I never got the link to pay the fee.
All right. I suggest sending another comment out to him. I know I tagged you in one of the posts, but it was all private post, so I don't know if it allowed you to be tagged or not. Definitely reach out again because it was advertised in a way that suggested once we hit X number of pilots, the gates are going to get shut. I think it was 40 people, 40 pilots, and I'm pretty sure we were at 38 registered guests a few days ago. So I imagine we're right at 40, if not past already, but definitely reach out. I know it was $40 for a pilot and then $20 for guests after that. They have a band on Friday night and a meal provided as well. So you'll get your $20 back. I mean, or 40, whatever you want to consider. I'll call it $20 to camping and $20 for entertainment and food. You know,
Yeah,
well worth it in my book. But
that's all.
Because other than the gateway flying that Keith hosts, this is the closest fly-in to the field or to my home at the time. It's 96 miles or so from my house.
That's it.
Hour and a half or less. So, I mean, hell, Mike Mixer does the October Paraflight fly-in up in Quincy, Illinois, and that's over 2 hours for me. So, and he's the closest paramotor school in the area, unless you count Jiri, who owns Paragliding Unlimited. he runs more of class type, not school type, so it's a little different. But don't fall asleep on me now.
I'm looking.
If I do this, does it pause me or take my video away?
Yeah, your video went away.
I can't hear you.
Said your video went away.
Oh, okay. Let's see. So I just sent you a link in the messenger for the actual homepage. As of right now, it looks like we got 34 going, 55 interested, and 11 shares. Nick, Keith, and 11 others are interested. Oh, it looks like you have responded that you are going. Let's see, currently 34 pilots. Nick. Your last name starts on an F. So on the last update, Nick, it was 34 pilots completely registered. And it's a registration form with the name, number of guests, the meal chosen, whether or not you're camping, what you're bringing, and whether or not you have a generator. And you are not on that list. So perhaps reach out and let them know you intend to show up with whatever trailer you're bringing and whether or not you're looking for the chicken or the pot roast and whether or not you have a generator.
No, I have a generator.
I know you'll have a generator. I know what camper you're bringing, but let him know because he doesn't. But I don't know whether or not you would want the chicken or pot roast. I have a good idea, but
It's hard to get on here on my phone.
this is funny because your camera, your Skype is literally like erasing parts of your head.
Yeah,
And
the lighting is a little different.
it keeps lining up perfectly with the helmet in the background.
I usually try to get it set up about right. I do have a tracking camera that will actually track itself, but right now I have it turned off. The laptop.
Okay. All right. Well, it's just the two of us. It is 10:28 p.m. Central Time. I'm already in bed. I've been in bed. I got a fucked up schedule for the rest of the week. Probably will not be flying. I don't know what you guys got, what you've got going on, but I'm probably gonna call it a night here pretty soon here. So
I've got a bunch of freaking work to do this week. Starting tomorrow morning again.
tomorrow morning.
Yeah, the normal complement of plugged toilets, ceiling tiles that need replaced.
Your audio is really shoddy, man.
Said the normal complement of plugged toilets and ceiling tiles that need replaced.
I still hardly heard any of that, but I did figure out you were talking about plugged toilets. So you have fun with your nuclear plunger, and whatever you want to call that thing. I forget what you call it.
It's actually called an assault plunger.
The what?
They call it an assault plunger.
Assault plunger. That's what it is. I don't have an assault plunger. I have an 18-meter assault napkin. But you have fun blasting shit from one toilet out the other and up to the ceiling. Hopefully nobody is sitting on the other toilet when you do this.
So that's a safety aspect there. You make sure no one's in the other stall before you pull the trigger.
Yeah, and I'm sure that Nick follows all safety procedures at all times, just in case.
After knowing what this thing can do, I clear the whole area.
Yeah, sure you do. I tell you what, I got some quarter sticks. That's what I would be dropping in that motherfucker. Hell, I think I might even have some half sticks left. I'd be fixing the problem, but I would also have to be replacing toilets.
And pipe and everything else.
I don't know. You think it would take the pipe out as well?
I can tell you a quarter stick will take PVC pipe and shred it.
Oh, of course, PVC, but I guess it depends on the facilities, whether or not they have cast pipe or not.
Hey, most stuff you deal with anymore is all PVC.
And it also depends on how deep you put the fucking stick of, clay, whether or not you put it on top or down in there.
Well, if you do hydraulic expansion in the pipe, it's going to blow stuff apart.
I mean, I'm not exactly against that.
Bring some half sticks out to short field.
What's that?
You got to bring some half sticks to short field. I'll bring some of my stuff.
I gotta go out to Keith's place, and I left all of it out there last late summer. It was the last time I really played with anything. I know I had plenty of it left, but I haven't looked or touched it since. So I'm hoping it's all exactly where I left it, because if anybody decided they wanted to take it home, it's gone. I'm hoping it's there. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be there, but we'll see if it's there or not.
Have a little fun out there. 2 in the morning, along 5-gallon bucket.
I like to take the quarter sticks, the little ones, and I put them on the road, and I'll stand them vertically on the end, upright. Touch them off with the lighter, and I'll take a popcorn can from the Boy Scouts, so a metal can, if you will, 2 gallons or so, and I'll place it on top of it. And, it'll go kaboom, and it'll be loud, and it'll echo through the neighborhood, because, of course, I'm in a fucking cul-de-sac when I do this. And then it's kind of a game of which way did it go? I know it went up, but did it go north, east, south, west? Where? And after about 10 seconds, it's like, okay, here it comes. And it's coming down, and it looks the same as when it went up. The only difference is it's 100% inverted. It's wrapped around backwards, and the bottom of the can, which was above the stick, is not on it anymore. It's gone. You never know where the fuck that went. But it's always fun to play the guessing game. Which way will this one go?
Try putting chem sticks on top of it next time.
What's that?
Put a glow stick on top of it next time.
Glow sticks. Okay. They're also fun when you have fucking shitty neighbors. I shouldn't say this on YouTube Live, but you got a shitty neighbor, get over there and you drop it in the gutter. Oops. You want to bitch about the dog barking again, motherfucker? But,
We have a house next to ours. They're trying to sell it. They were bitching about my engine trailer in the front yard.
yeah.
Now, next time they have an open house, going to fire up all the engines. Let them run all day long.
Oh man, you're a shitbag. I love it.
They're all straight pipe hit and miss. So
Yep.
oh, I have a couple that when they fire, they go bang.
I do enjoy those little tiny model hit and miss that you showed me. Of course, I am not a hit and miss type of guy. It's neat that an engine can run so long on such low RPMs. But I mean, you yelled at me for playing with them because what was I doing? Opening them up and seeing how fast they'll spin. Wow, this one makes lots of noise when I do this. You stop it. You're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to go slow.
Yeah, because they're not exactly. They're such a large bore. They're not made to spin that fast.
Right. They're not exactly a racing engine.
No, I have a few of those here too.
Yeah. I've played a share of engines and I enjoy them all, but those were very neat. It was interesting to see the different technology that went into them. I'd really like to see one of the old school engines. I don't know the term for them, but I know you drop a 12 gauge shell in it.
Oh, that's a cartridge start engine. I have a few of those.
Cartridge start. I would love to see one of them. I've never seen one in person.
Yep, come down one time in the fall for a show, and I'll let you start one.
I'd also really like to see an old school engine like what was in the original automobiles, where you had to get out of the truck and walk to the front and hand crank that motherfucker.
I have quite a few tractors with those in them. That's
I
how
would
I start them.
Out of all the different engines in the world, that would be the one that I would like to see and start. And probably only because growing up, I watched Disney Channel or Disney movies, and in The Fox and the Hound, they had to start the pickup truck like that. And it spit and sputtered like a motherfucker, but it was just neat to see it.
A friend of mine has a 62 Dodge with the crank hole in the front. He has the crank for it. He takes the car shows. He starts it with the crank.
Oh, that'd be me on a daily driver.
Well, he's too cheap to replace the starter. It went bad. It's an old 6-volt starter. He just hand cranks it, but it fires up first or second crank every time. So,
well, who cares then? I mean, why would you spend hundreds of dollars on a fucking part that you don't even need?
Yeah, a part they don't make anymore. You have to have custom redone.
So,
Yeah,
all right. Well, I'm
tractors I got here crank start. I got one with a starter issue. I just crank it before I mow the yard every time.
Yep. So, well, Nick, I got to call it a night. You know, I've had a long day. Been up since 6 a.m., which really isn't that early, but when you don't have a break, it is. And started. Let's see. Started sucking whiskey about 6 o'clock. And it's I probably got all of 3 hours sucking whiskey down. So I think it's time.
Yeah, get you some sleep.
Sleep, yeah. So you the same. You know, enjoy your work tomorrow, but hopefully I'll see you here in a week or so. About 10 days out at the short field flying. Make sure you reach out to the host to confirm that you have a spot reserved. I'd hate for you to come out and have him tell you, "Oh, we don't have any room for you."
Yep, I'll make sure to get with him.
So it's not bad. It's $40, and that covers a dinner as well as the band and camping. So, and it's in Farmington, Missouri, and I don't know how much driving you've done through Missouri, but I'll tell you what, I'm excited to fly Missouri.
Why is that?
Because I know that when I get outside of St. Louis, if I'm heading west on 44 towards Fort Leonard Wood, which is where I went through tech school for the Air Force, you see some absolutely beautiful country. Nothing but hills, valleys, gullies. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So I'm very curious to see what the terrain is like out there. I'm willing to bet that we'll have some serious hills and a lot of trees, which makes it a much more interesting and challenging flight because it's not flat with a million different landing opportunities like the middle of Illinois. So, on that note, I'll catch you next time.
Yep.
All right, man.
What day you gonna be there? Wednesday?
What's that?
What day are you showing up there at the field? Wednesday
or Thursday? Either Wednesday night or Thursday morning. I took leave Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and because it's so close, I'm able to go out there on Wednesday. We'll just see how it plays out. Let me know what you're doing.
I'm thinking of going Wednesday. I always tend to show up early.
If you're there Wednesday night, I could easily be there Wednesday night. Not gonna lie, I could totally be there Wednesday night. And if that's what you're going to do, I could do that. We just got to make sure that it's okay that we show up a little early. And if not, I mean, grab a parking lot or something like that. So I just got to find somewhere to put the tent. Hopefully the evenings warm up a little between now and then.
I'll put it right next to my trailer and stay under the canopy.
What's that?
You can put it right up underneath my canopy in my trailer if you want.
Well, I just gotta have. So my tent does not have poles. I stake it to the ground and then I tie it up to trees around me. So I just gotta find places to tie it off. But it's an ultralight backpack style camping tent for on a hook or maybe in the bottom of a paramotor seat.
Oh, okay. The real little tiny thing.
Oh yeah. I only have room for me and maybe a sleeping bag.
Well, worst comes to worst, there's an extra bed in the
All
trailer.
right.
And I have heat.
Fuck you. So, all right. Well, we'll talk before then anyways. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be another show on Monday. So,
Oh, yeah.
until then, blue skies, man.
Yep. They agree.
Better.